Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is BMT coming at you again, joined here with attorney Michelle. We're about to have a discussion, which we were having behind closed doors, but I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and have it, where everybody can sit in and actually hear and actually get to put in their take on what they feel. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, you saw the food that was prepped: spaghetti, fried chicken, and I think those are rolls. Those weren't Hawaiian rolls. I second checked, but they were rolls. Now the up and coming discussion was that um, from that was pretty much set around a man inviting a woman over for dinner, and that was not. Some people were against it. Some people were for it. So we wanted to have the discussion on the meal as well as the dating and courting between men and women. So we pass it over to the lady that started the show for this one. Go ahead, attorney Michelle.
Greetings, everyone. I just got off a phone call with a woman who should have seen that she was going to be in line for a measly amount of child support from the first date. So, what I basically asked Joe is have women, especially black women, given up on the idea of demanding a romantic date? And Joe fired back, well, maybe it's because you women, especially black women, have given up on the idea of being feminine. You've given up on the idea of being given up on the idea of femininity. And I'm like, well, maybe that is something we need to explore and discuss. Because if I had gone out on, been invited over for a first date, and that's what was waiting for me in the kitchen, I would have just politely excused myself and gone to McDonald's and ordered off the Happy Meal before I ate that slop. I mean, I don't know if you guys can really notice what's going on in the picture. Where's the picture, Joe?
I'm on my phone there. Let me go ahead and go to the computer. Go ahead. I'm gonna put it up for you.
Okay, because I really want you guys to really understand that if you're at a certain level, if this is the best you can do, you really don't need to be dating. You really don't need to be dating. And if this is what you're doing to attract a mate, then the signal that you're sending is that you just want somebody to spend some time with. You wouldn't even serve this mess to your boys. If you're going to put out something for a lady that you invite over to your house to eat, ask yourself, was this something you'd want your mother to eat? I mean, this guy, I'm going to describe it. He puts spaghetti, all, like a spaghetti soup dish, in an old ice cream container. Then he has the nerve to have fried chicken, I believe it's chicken, being degreased on an old, I guess it's a leaflet flyer that came in the mail, like old Tuesday mail.
Right.
And so he thought, he was upset. People actually have been commenting that at least he tried. A lot of brothers won't even, offer you a meal when they invite you over. And I'm like, have our dating standards really gotten that low? Are we expecting our men to just throw anything together and say, hey, at least it's something? I spent a little time. Or are we teaching our women that, hey, be nice to him, be nice, at least he tried? Or are we just, basically saying it's time, if they don't level up on the first date, you're out of there. He can eat that food himself.
Now, when it comes to that, and I'm about to come on into the stream with this. Um, I'm just getting everything squared away and set up on my side. The thing about it that we have to ask the question is for a lot of women, because you brought up some good stuff, some good points about that. My retort to that is that the lack, the lack of femininity is what is the countermeasure to why you get the dates you get. And the reason why I say that is because, uh, black men, we haven't really seen that much of femininity out of a woman. Now we might see certain type of behavior and brashness and certain type of sexuality. But as far as it goes towards the feminine that of the courting, because men court before they date. A man would court before he dates. But however, depending on let's be real, like a lot of men and women, they're going for the straight quick kill. And because there's no time measurement of what they can actually see is attainable in these relationships, it's not going to be taken seriously. All right, now I'm coming on in. Hang on. So in saying that, there we go. So in saying that, let me pull up the mail for you. I would want to ask you, Michelle, do you see that most men are literally being looked at, especially black men, are looked at as the predominant dating choice in the dating market?
Predominantly what?
Are they looked at as a dating choice, like a high dating choice? And that's the meal. The man, he made spaghetti, fried chicken on a newspaper, which I strongly suggest y'all don't do that. And also, I don't know why he took the spaghetti out of a pot. I don't know why. I'm not sure. Did he have? You know how like people refrigerate spaghetti? I'm not trying. I'm not. And
That looks
last,
like some straight up stuff that he went over to his mama's house, got and took in a to-go container, and then threw it in the microwave.
I kind of feel like that's the setting of this, like being realistic, holistic, because if somebody who cooks dinner, 10 out of 10 times, whenever somebody's making spaghetti, they normally don't take it out of the pot when they're serving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They normally don't. They kind of just leave it in the pot and just serve it. And you put the spaghetti down and you drink the sauce or the meatballs on there. Or from looking at that one, where that's it's a combination one. That looks like somebody had already pre-made it.
That looks like a smash and dash. It looks like a smash and dash dinner. Smash. Now, you're trying to get the smash.
So you're saying he didn't put his heart into this?
It's not even putting his heart into it. Just, I look at it like this. A lot of times when we get on and we're talking about dating, most people are talking about their own personal. Now, I'm looking at it from a different perspective because I have teenage daughters. And if my 19-year-old daughter went over to anyone's house and she saw that meal, she would know it was time to leave. Okay. She would just politely excuse herself and come home. Or like I said, stop by Mickey D's and get her something off the dollar menu before she would subject herself to that slop. So would you say that, so what are you saying, that men don't understand how to be romantic or romanticize a woman? I think that, especially for the younger generation, that seems as over the top. That's what I do for my wifey. I'm not just going to do it for some hoe. Well, guess what? Why are you spending time with anyone that would disrespect you like that? Because you can't tell me any brother who was really trying for a long-term relationship to see where it would go would serve that type of slop unless it was I'm trying to weed out the hoes. Right. Now, the question that I'm
processing at that is, and looking at the meal. What's the level of femininity is that woman providing? But
You know,
if she's fine with that, then that's probably where she's at in her life, where she's like, hey, I'm just grateful for a meal.
okay, Joe, let me ask you a question. As a man, if you walk in and a woman put that out as a meal, you've been a woman put that out as a meal, what would you think of that woman?
I think she don't think much of me. I mean, I'm being honest. If a woman put that out as a meal, I wouldn't think she thinks much of it. Now, I know a lot of guys that would just take it and say, oh, wow, thanks, babe. But I'd be looking at the presentation says it all. And I'd be like, okay, like, no. And I've seen some women cook. They're deep fried food, and those are store bought buns that you can literally do in the pan. I'm not throwing no shade. I could just call it play by play. And most of the time, looking at the stains on that spaghetti right there, it's been sitting inside of it. So, the spaghetti doesn't stain that fast like that.
I know guys at a friend's house that would pass up on that food the way it looks.
So, I'm just being honest. She wasn't trying to woo me. She wasn't trying to woo me. She's just trying to get cheap. It's more so of a level up screw.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised at the number of men that were like, well, if she couldn't eat the food that I served for her, she must be a gold digger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you really just don't even understand it's the presentation of it more than the food itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who wants to eat fried food off of over 2 day old meal? Would you be insulted if you went to your boy's house to watch the game and your boy said, yo, man, go in the kitchen, get you something to eat, and come back and watch the Cowboys with me? Would you eat any of that mess?
I try to bring my own food. Like I said, where I'm at, but see, I gotta be real, holistic. Where I'm at in my life, my standard of where I look at where a man should be presenting, or like a certain type of like. And to be fair, I like the guys I know, they will most likely go get a dish. Like, like they'll order like the little mini subs from Subway or like Firehouse, or get the little finger foods and everything like that. But your presentation does matter to some people. It says a lot about how much you care. I'm gonna tell you right now, I know I want to sell it that he cared, but I really can't sell it. Exactly, the dollar store does sell plates. And in all realness, like, if I think he wanted just a booty call, he didn't want the actual woman. He just wanted a booty call. Because if you're just one of those guys that has a mattress and some whatever little furniture you can probably get handy down thrown at you, and I'm not throwing no shade at that. You're not ready for really the screwing market. You can't afford furniture, dishes. What kind of femininity are you trying to pull out of the woman?
Exactly.
What kind of femininity are you trying to pull out the woman? Because she's gonna be looking at that like, dishes only cost $25 at Walmart. That's a nice looking, decent set. Or you could have gone to Dollar General. You can buy dishes there too. Dollar store, they sell plates for $1. So you can literally get 10 plates for $10, 5 cups, that's 15, plus the forks and spoons. Everything at the dollar store costs $1. So literally for $30, you probably could have got a whole set of dishes.
I mean, look, if he was just you're trying to do date night. Like you said, you can go by the dollar store and get one plate, one glass, maybe a cheap wine glass. That's $2 per person. Some forks and knives and everything like that. You can get those in the container. They even have the little plastic ones that look like silver, or you can buy the actual silver ones 2 for $1. So if you go to a brother's house and the little containers, little serving containers, they're there for $1 as well. So you can pick up little serving containers, little glass serving containers, or either plastic serving containers. Maybe get candles, a little candle holder. Guess what? At the end of the day, you've come out under $12 to create a nice romantic atmosphere. You want to throw in a dollar tablecloth, go right ahead. But put some effort into the art of seduction, brothers. It's not
Now,
all about,
no, you're fine.
yeah, it's not all about, yo, baby, I got a big dick. Come on, give me some of that.
But
I mean,
now, you brought up a good point, but I want to ask a question. Now, somebody did ask a question, does the presentation have to be good enough for social media? And I would honestly say it doesn't have to be social media worthy. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be social media worthy because you'll never please everybody in social media. But I would feel if I truly do actually want to make a good impression, I want it to be something that you're like, wow. So, I had the lights dimmed, I had some candles, I had some incense burning, I put on some music, I had two plates, I made a salad, I got the salad mix, I got the little cherry tomato, I sliced up some chops of meat, put it in there. You could probably go buy some chicken tenders, chop it up, throw it in there, throw in some breadcrumbs. Boom, you got a chicken salad. Put that on there, candles, put out. You don't have to get good wine. You can probably go to the goddamn convenience store and get wine for like $20. So you could have probably played it off. The presentation would have definitely set the mood. But I'm not gonna lie, the woman come in there wearing pajama pants and doggone her, looking rough and what I'm saying, small, a little funky, then that just spits on my meal. But I'm like, yo, so I'm mad. I'm showcasing you the art of seduction from a man. I put some time into that. But I gotta be real. I don't be seeing that energy of femininity from women like that to demand that type of energy from a man. And I don't really be seeing it always like that.
I mean, I think that women do have a point to make in that when you first make arrangements for a date and someone said, I'd like, take you out. I hear so many women saying things like, well, before I come out, you need to cash out me like $40 so I can get my nails and toes done. Ladies, really and truly, that's not his job. That's not his job to get your nails and toes and your lashes and your whatever you need done before you make the presentation to him. So yeah, I can understand, getting that energy together before you get to the first day, but we do have to start putting some energy into romance in the Black community. I mean, there should be guys who are bragging on how well they could set up a presentation for their girl to come over.
But okay, so if saying that, is it not fair to say that women are complaining that the women that are less effeminate, less deserve? Well, I can't say less deserving. That's not for me to speak on. The women who are walking in their femininity are having a hard time getting the attention of the supposed men that are going for the downtrodden masculine female. And when they go for them type of females, the women be like, well, what the hell was the point of me being feminine? Because so how is that possible that literally the women are having a hard time trying to keep their femininity when most women aren't even being effeminate? They're being more masculine to matching the men. And yes, the men are dating these women.
I mean, it started with the Cougars. it started with the whole notion of the cougar. That I would be out with some of my friends when I was in my 30s and they were in their 50s. And they were actually bragging that they were more attractive to men at 50 because they could afford to buy their own drinks. So a lot of it started to hinge on, you know, I'm the kind of person that, I'm sitting at the bar, I buy one drink. The rest of the night, somebody else is buying me drinks all night long. But my girlfriends were older, and so they actually felt a way of competing with these younger men for younger men would be to sit up there and put their money on the table and ooze sexuality. So a lot of men got spoiled. Starting in your 20s, if you have these women that are in their 40s, basically, I'm at the club, hey, I can hit that real quick without much effort. In fact, she's gonna be paying me. Then maybe that did kind of taint some of the dating pool. But at the end of the day, if you are a black man, it has become so common to just be about, baby, I bet you ain't never been hit. I bet you ain't never had it hit like I would hit it. Come on, brothers. How do you know these things? Do you think that the three brothers right ahead of her, right before you didn't throw that same line on her? Part of the lines that you give when you're out as a man also predicates what the date is going to be like, whether she's going to come in her house shoes.
Now, question: is it plausible or possible that a lot of men are um, chasing after the less effeminate woman? Is it possible that literally, that's happening?
I mean, honestly, I've learned so much from my 19-year-olds. My 19 came in here with a pair of house shoes. They were house shoes. They had a rubber sole on them, but they were house shoes. But my children, when they were in high school, they had played a lot of basketball, so they wore slides a lot, basketball slides. So when I saw her in these shoes, I thought this was like a modification of the feminine version of house slides, slides. But they had a strap on the back. And her twin sister said, she paid $90 for those, mother. I said, what? She goes, she saw Cardi B wearing them at the mall. And I was like, so now and then we went to the store and we saw they had rows of different house shoes for people to buy in the hood. There were knockoffs of Cardi B's shoes. So that now that is a fashion essential for some of these, teeny boppers. And I'm sitting there going, no, not my child. You will not be seen walking around outside, calling yourself dressed up with house shoes on. But yes, our pop culture is really hurting the romantic side of dating among people. So presentation.
Now I bring you this. Somebody says this. Like I said, you guys, I'm not going to keep on reading your comments. Donations go further than reading comments, so I'm not going to keep on doing it for much longer. Nachael is assuming men care about these women as a sexual encounter. And we know it don't take all that to get the cheeks. But you look like going the extra mile when Netflix and chill will do. Thank you, J.I.
And like I said, that type of behavior in dating is what leads to so many people calling my office complaining she didn't put me on paper. How the hell this bitch put me on paper? Because when you exude, you get in the cheeks. You get in the cheeks. Guess what? Pretty soon they're gonna be getting your checks. So yeah, two can play at that game because women have calculated it very well that this brother's gonna be paying me 20% of his paycheck for the next 18 years. So you keep going for the cheeks and they'll keep going for your check. How does that sound?
Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and pull up the evidence of everything going on. Shout out to everyone who's coming on in. Like the video, share the video. Let's help get censorship out. You already know the struggle that I go through. We'll probably open up the panel later for Michelle to have a discussion. But it's right here. My homie sent me this and said he finally got the girl he's crushing on over to his crib for a dinner date night. Shit, whatever it's called. But he said when she saw this, she started talking about where the dish is at and talking about she's not eating that shit like that and left. But I ain't see shit wrong with this shit. What y'all think, ladies? Would y'all eat like this or leave? So I gotta be for real. Um, he wasn't ready for that date.
Exactly.
He wasn't ready for
First
that
of
date.
all, he said he was crushing on her. That meal right there just oozes. I just want to smash. I just need to smash some ass. So if you see that meal, it ain't no reason. A feminine woman, part of being feminine is knowing to protect your femininity, to protect your virtue. And when you see something like that that's insulting, you leave. You don't try to coddle men who can't rise to the occasion. It's just that simple. You don't have to make a scene. You just leave.
Okay, I'm dropping down the link for a respectable discussion. I'm gonna give y'all the rules. One, y'all start coming up here cursing and acting foolish. I'm kicking you off my panel. Two, don't be disrespectful to each other. That goes for Michelle also. Um, everybody can be respectful. I'm broadcasting on 7 channels right now, so y'all not about to mess up my stuff. Y'all are done. Y'all do that. Go over to y'all introverted or dark man hating groups, both genders, and y'all live y'all truth. Y'all come on here saying some stupid stuff. I'm just kicking y'all off. I don't got time. Y'all not messing up my coin. So, but anyway, um, let's get back to it. Let me get on back to it. Um, when we see this thing, and let me push it out there. Let me show you the picture again. He was crushing on the woman. He made this. So I take it they were gonna both eat out of that bowl and eat off of that. So they were gonna just eat out of the bowl together and eat off of that. So we're joined here by Ji. What's going on, Ji?
Hey, what's going on, BMT? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
what's going on?
All right. Y'all are doing, in my opinion, y'all doing this man wrong. There's nothing wrong with this presentation, with this food. I'm sure he had plates there. That's just like the buffet setting or whatever. The food looks fine to me, number one. Number two, she was ungrateful. If she don't appreciate it, then he should just put her away anyway. She's ungrateful. He either went through the trouble of preparing all this food, however he got it, whether he bought it or however it got prepared. The ice
So let
cream
me ask you a
tub,
question.
that's a new one to me.
I'm
But she's ungrateful. He shouldn't even deal with her in the first place for being ungrateful. And if a woman likes a man, she's gonna give up the cheeks regardless. You don't have to do anything for it. We all know that. So the romance thing is dead. That's over with. That's a thing of the past. That's just what it is. That's just where we at in 2020. But this man did nothing wrong. He prepared a feast from what I see. She can look like she can eat all she wants. And she don't appreciate it, then he don't need her.
So if you went over to one of your boys' house, like I posed the question, you went over to one of your boys' house to watch the football game.
I'm gonna fix my plate. Yes, off of that. Yes, I'm gonna fix my plate. I'm gonna get the scoop. That it looks like there's a scoop in there. I'm gonna put me some spaghetti on the plate. I'm gonna put me some chicken on the plate. I'm gonna give me some rolls, and I'm gonna go back and sit down on the couch and we watching the game or doing whatever.
How old are you? How old are
Huh?
you? How old are you?
I just say I'm a millennial because people be getting crazy in this space. So I don't be giving no more information.
No,
I'm
that's
in the
fine.
millennial age
Again,
category.
20s or 30s, college age.
20s,
20s, 20s.
I only asked that because when I was in law school, we allowed some college age guys to move in with us. And honestly, I woke up one morning and found hot dogs in my coffee pot. The next morning, I woke up the whole house because I found oodles of noodles in my coffee pot. So
Yeah,
I
that's how
understand.
they do. They do that.
Yeah, I
You have
understand
to get
there's a
creative to
level
cook.
of maturity.
That doesn't make a man immature. We gotta stop that. It's not even that deep. It doesn't make him immature because he has that food. Now I get it. If you personally, wouldn't allow that or whatever, that's fine. That doesn't make him a bad person because that's the way he prepared the food. Doesn't make him less than. None of that.
So you're saying that if he had gotten that piece of paper that he had the chicken on out of the garbage, it's
See,
old
now
mail.
we're just getting ridiculous.
But that's
Now,
what it looks like.
you know
That's what it
he
looks
didn't get
like.
that out the garbage. See, that's what I'm talking about.
well, how do we
If
know?
it's really that bad, why would you have to say something that we know didn't happen? Now we're just being ridiculous. We know
How
this
do we
man didn't take
know?
nothing out the garbage.
Where do you put your old mail? Leaving it on the counter,
You said where do you put?
it's trash. It's
Yeah,
trash.
probably on
That,
the counter or the table. No, you
but
probably
it's
had it on
still
the counter.
trash.
If no, I'm not even going to entertain that this man took something out the trash and used it because we know that that's not what that's happened. I've ran out of paper towels before and used newspaper like that to drain food too. So I've done, and I've never used anything out of trash. That's something that people have done. I've done that, so I know he didn't get out of trash. That's just ridiculous to even say that. Just say you've
Okay,
never done
so
it. Just say
no,
you've never done it, but don't try
I've
to
never
make it like
done
this
it.
man got something out the
And I
trash.
would and
That's
I would sit
disrespectful.
there and say I've seen the difference between a newspaper, paper, because I've seen people use newspaper to clean windows because they go in, they open up the newspaper and get the part of the newspaper out that had not been touched by human hands ad nauseum. But when you have mail that comes in, it's gone through conveyor belts, postal workers' hands. Hell, I got one case right now where we're getting ready to go after a carrier because they caught them on video spitting on the packages that they were leaving at their house. So yeah, it does come
You
down
said
to a little
spitting
bit of
on them.
sanitation. Spitting. The delivery driver
So they
was
were
caught
spitting
on
on the
video
packages.
spitting on the packages.
Well, that's gross. But in regards to this, I understand what he did. He probably ran out of paper towels. I've done that before too. It's just something that some people have done, and you said you haven't, so that's cool. But I mean, some people have, and if he felt if it was good enough for him, it'd be good enough for her. If she felt like it wasn't, then he can do without her. She's ungrateful. But as far as men having to do certain, you don't have to do anything because if she likes you, she's gonna give it up anyway. And if she doesn't, she's not. That's just as simple as that.
So, question. So the thing about it is, uh, he said that he was in pursuit of her. He was in pursuit of her.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh, and he wanted to make a good impression. Well, I guess he cooked dinner. He could have ordered. He could have taken her out, but he wanted her to come over. Now that's a classic move. You say, hey, come over to my spot. I'll cook dinner. I'll have things set up. We can watch a movie. Do you not want to say that he probably wasn't ready or he probably wasn't financially there to really pursue this type of woman?
No, he was perfectly fine. Look, that's what he did that because that was okay for him. Like I said, it was good enough for him. That is good enough for him. He doesn't see
Okay.
anything wrong with that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't see
So
anything wrong with that. If
okay.
she does, they just not compatible.
So if a woman, so I'm gonna ask you this. Let me look at
Mm-hmm.
it from the femininity side. You cook
Mm-hmm.
that dinner, but that woman, she doesn't wash off between her legs. She just finished working out, coming from the gym, whatever. But she's like, "What's the matter? Like, I'm giving you some pussy. You should be thankful. Are you still gonna smash and the thing smells like has a pungent smell down there.
No, but I don't think that that's equal
Oh,
comparison. But
no,
no,
no. You made the dinner. That was you providing. She provided you the femininity of her pussy.
You should be grateful. You should be
I don't think
grateful.
that that's no,
Whether she cleaned
no.
up
I don't
that
think that
pussy or
that's an
not, you
equal
should be
comparison.
grateful.
But the answer is no.
You're
I
getting
wouldn't compare the two. I don't think that's an equal analogy. But no, I would not accept that.
You won't do that, will you, J.I.? You won't smash that pungent pussy.
No.
Why not?
No,
You
I would
said
not.
she should be grateful for that meal. Why ain't you just grateful for getting that
Because
pussy?
she's unclean.
But that's your crush.
Because she's unclean.
But she has your food on but you got your food on a goddamn newspaper on there, sitting there and just, different. She said, "Do you have any dishes?" He said, "No, you don't have no dishes." So he got the half-ass meal. She's giving him the half-ass clean pussy. I think they match in energy.
No. It's not a half-ass meal. You just don't like the presentation of the meal. The food looks fine. You just don't appreciate the presentation of it, and
So
that's that's fine. But
you don't think he still want to smash that pussy that he been crushing over?
I mean, it's the presentation of the pussy. It's just a little funky. It's just the presentation of the pussy. It's just a little funky.
I don't accept that as an equal analogy, but it's completely different. Now, the food is fine.
But why won't you accept that?
I won't accept that as an equal analogy because you're comparing the food that he had is fine. The presentation is just not up to par. So that would be like if she was clean, but she had an ugly outfit that I didn't like. Now that would be a better whatever because there's nothing wrong with the food.
I'm gonna say it like this.
There's nothing wrong with the food. Now, if you had mold on the food or something, then you could compare it to her having a funky pussy. But there's no mold on the food. You just don't like the presentation.
We're not talking a woman
that would be
that has
like
a
her
disease.
being clean but having ugly clothes. Now, if she had ugly clothes on, then yeah, because them clothes are gonna come off regardless. Just like the food is gonna get eaten regardless. So that would be a more balanced analogy, in my opinion.
No, I mean, I actually know guys. Again, I'm gonna say it's an age thing. Presentation of the vajayjay is just as important as the food. So it don't even have to be funky. It could be no bikini wax. You haven't had the time to get a wax. You don't have on,
I like it hairy down there. Some men like that. I actually like hairier pussy. So that's just a preference.
It could be hairy.
As long as it's clean.
But it couldn't have naps.
Hold on. But you're betting on, because in your chats you talk about getting the cheek. Now you want access to the woman. You made the dinner. Okay, you made the dinner, and that was your dinner. Like I said, I don't get it. Like, are you saying that she should just be grateful for the meal given to her?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying as a man, she should just be grateful. Right. So should you not just be grateful?
Yeah,
honestly, somebody was, and one person put in the chat, if it was a woman and it was on the other foot, would the man be fine with that? And I would be like, hell no. I'd be thinking that she's half-stepping and she's a raptor. I would think that she's half-stepping. Now, I'll say then you can't ask me to give you my masculinity of me doing extra for you. Like, if a woman had did the same thing, and to be fair, we know a lot of dudes, shut up, because you could have gone out there. So we know a lot of dudes. Now, if they had a woman cook this, now I can only think of a few places that certain type of women would kind of cook this type of meal. And that's places where y'all like to go pick up these quick, speedy Netflix dates at. Now, if you want to go to get that project meal, which to me, I'm gonna call it that's a project meal. That's a low income project meal. Y'all don't have to like what I'm saying, but that's a project meal. That means he ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. Because I mean, no offense, but I've shown y'all plates that I put. They're on plates. They're whole meals. They're decorated and all that stuff. He was not ready for that. He was not ready for that level. I think that's a thing unfair goal. But that's like if you could only squat 180, but your goal is for a 200, but I put 200 already on there. You're not ready for that. You're gonna fall. He wanted that woman, but he wasn't ready to provide a certain type of ambiance for that woman. And there's a
Not,
big distinction. He
I think
wasn't
he
ready.
makes a
I'm
valid
looking
point.
at a man. He wasn't ready for that type of energy with that woman.
What's the young brother's name?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you made a valid point.
Disagree.
If you go into every relationship with the whole idea of she gonna let me smash it if she like me, then your expectations are that you don't have to do
That's a fact.
anything.
That's a fact.
Now I
Okay,
got a
then
question.
think about the caliber of woman that you're chasing, that you don't have to do anything. She can have a hairy pussy, it could be nappy, you don't care, as long as you smashing but getting between them cheeks. Now, what I'm saying is that
Now
may be
that's not what
fine.
I said. I said some men like me do just naturally prefer it. You trying to frame that in a negative connotation
I ain't saying all that.
to make it like seem bad.
No, because when I
Huh?
said that some men prefer like a bikini wax, at least a bikini wax is totally different than a
Yeah.
Brazilian wax, but they at
Some
least
men
want
do.
it neat.
Yeah.
They want it neat. Now that's like sitting up there saying, and
Mhm.
I ask you, I said, so if it's nappy, you happy? If it's nappy, you happy? And I've had men say that they weren't,
If it's
they
nappy,
really,
am I happy?
yeah, if it's nappy, are you happy? We've all seen women at the beach. Unfortunately, they were all black women that had on I've seen them at the water parks, and they have on bathing suits, and you could see the nappy hair sticking out. They hadn't bothered to have a bikini wax.
Mhm.
So there are men that would find that disgusting. Just
I'm
like
not.
that
I'm not
presentation.
doing no hair. I'm not doing no hair down there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got hair down there. I'm not sure about y'all. Pubic hair or pubic hair action ain't sexy. That shit, it sucks. I don't know what kind of dick. I don't know what kind of
I
sex.
like it though. That's to each his
That
own.
shit is no.
To each his own.
Each
You
his
think it,
own, but that's called friction burn.
and Joe, don't forget, hair in
That
the
happens.
teeth is nasty as hell. Hair in the teeth
Yeah,
is nasty as hell.
yeah. I like to go down and eat my meal, and I'm not. No. Even I try to be courteous and clean up down there for the woman that goes down there, so that way she don't get hairballs. Nobody wants hair in their mouth. So I'm being for real. Like, if a broad had cooked this shit for me, I would think that one, she's half stepping, and two, she's sloppy. I'm sorry. That means you really didn't. That was a rush dinner. That was a rush dinner.
That's
And I
just
know
ghetto
it,
fabulous.
that's a ghetto dinner. So you want a ghetto dinner, you get ghetto results. I'm sorry. So and I think that's a big issue with a lot of men why they're not getting the femininity that they want out of a woman. Because if a woman really, really wanted to impress a man, or she'll go all out. She'll go all out to try to make sure she can keep that man in that house. She'll do the cooking and the cleaning. She'll make sure that the kids are away at their grandma's house and X, Y, and Z, so that man may just want to park it there. If you're trying to get a bad honey, then you're going to try to be on your A game. You're going to try to be on your A game, unless you're just trying to get the quickie. And if you try to get the quickie, I don't want to hear nothing about, yo, that broad done got me, or yo, she was, like she was masculine, or she opted out on me, or she ran out on me for a better nigga. Because
Or
guess
she was
what?
ungrateful.
That's what you wanted. You wanted that energy, that smoke.
That if you want a woman that's going to be grateful for the least little things that you do, that's just happy to have a man, whether it's you or anybody else, that's what that attitude exudes. If a woman is happy with just, if I like him, I'm gonna fuck him, guess what? She done that with nigga before you, and she will do it with nigga after you. because her standards are very, very low. So if men are chasing after women that's like, hey, yo, I know I'm gonna hit it by the on the first date. It ain't no big deal for me. Then if it's no big deal for her either, and she's just passing out the pussy like potato chips, then don't think for 1 second you ain't gonna get played.
What, I got a question. Do you feel you as a man, you as a provider, what is the level of submission a woman should give you?
You asking? Oh, you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Complete.
Complete submission.
Yeah, I said complete.
Now
Yeah.
you want her to go all into it, correct? Like now is this with the ring or this is just like, hey, we're just talking as just boyfriend and girlfriend, and like what kind of submission are we talking? Like, do I have to? You want her to submit? Y'all just starting to talk and date, or you know what? It ain't nothing that serious. We're just cool, good friends.
She needs to be submitting at whatever point off the bat, because at whatever point she expects any type of protection or anything from me, she need to be submitting in that moment.
So what point? I'll say first date, first get together. Her ex-boyfriend Tyrone sees y'all out, so now she gonna submit to you. Are you gonna give her protection against her ex-boyfriend Tyrone?
If she's with me and she's submitting to me, yeah.
Like I said, this is your first
and
date.
I don't know. I'm assuming that I just answered the question. I said if she's with me and she's submitting to me, then yes. I'm assuming in this, you talking about ex-boyfriend, so I'm assuming he's popping up out the bushes or something like that. That
could be. Or you just ran into him at a club. You ran into him at a club. Y'all go to a club. He happens to show up and sees you out with her. Now, as far as ex, they could have just broken up the night before. That's why she out with you. Or he could still think that they together, but she just out with you. So at what level are you going to start protecting her? Like I said, it's your first date. You really don't know.
Protecting her from what? And what am I protecting her from?
Tyrone.
No, what am I protecting her from in this scenario?
Tyrone.
What is he doing? You just said he ran into him in the club.
Yeah, Tyrone ran into you
for being out with me.
This girl, you're on your first date. Tyrone sees you on the date with the girl. Tyrone roll up on her. Are you going to start protecting her at that point?
Because they were together and they're not, and now he's mad.
Apparently, I mean, let's put it like this. I was in a situation where I was with my cousin and she was sitting on a guy's lap. And another guy rolled up, grabbed her off his lap, and I was the one that hit him on upside the head with a beer bottle. And I looked at the guy, I said, "Why aren't you protecting her?" And he's like, "We not like that yet." I didn't know the whole situation. I didn't know who the dude was. Okay, so that's why I asked. At what level does your protection?
Yeah, I gotta get some kind of context on what's going on. Because if I'm just with her for that first day, and if it was a random man that just jumped out the bushes or whatever, I'm protected. But if this is her ex or something, and she did something to him, and he's exacting some type of revenge or something, because if she wronged him or something, and he's getting some type of revenge, no, I'm not getting in between that. So I'm gonna have to have some type of.
But you're her man. You're her man right now.
I'm not her man on the first date. She asked me when does my protection start. I said when she's with me, as long as she's acting right, she gets it. But if in this special case, if it's somebody that she knows, her ex or whatever, I don't know what she's done to this man for him to act. Because I know men don't just act like that. So I don't know what she's done. I'm not keeping her from anything that she may deserve. If she did something
black women
to
that
deserve this ass whooping, hold on. If she did something to deserve this ass whooping that she got coming, I'm not stepping in. I'm not saving her from that. That's between her and him at that point. But if we just out and it's some random person, but if we just out and it's just some random person causing trouble, then yeah, I'm interfering. So you got to use discernment with this.
Let me give you an
example. She don't just get to.
Let me give you an example of the difference between black men
Hold on,
and white
because I've seen girls say, hold on, let me say this real quick. I've seen girls mess over a dude, steal some money from him or whatever, and they say, okay, I'm gonna go get with this other guy because I know he's gonna come after me, and I'm gonna use him as a shield to protect me from this wrongdoing that I've done. And it's not going down like that. But go ahead.
No, I was actually in DC at a reggae club. So I said reggae club for a reason. There was only one white guy in that club, and just happened to be that the white guy and his co-worker were friends of mine from law school, and they were buying drinks. The black guys, group of Kappas, were not buying any drinks. They were just dancing. So when I got tired of dancing and went back to the table, one of the black guys tried to grab me. The white man was quick to protect me because why? I was under his protection. I was in his space. As a woman, he immediately protected me from any male, regardless of the situation. It was automatic. Okay, don't touch me. The lady said, don't touch her, leave her alone. The Kappa said, white boy, get the fuck up out of this. This ain't your woman. But the white guy said, no, she's under my protection. So that's why I'm asking the level. You asked immediately for submission before you got to the level of protection. Y'all had to be her man. But white men are much more willing to protect a woman, regardless of the side story. It is very simple. A man is in his territory. He's protecting his territory more than he's protecting the woman.
That's unwise, in my opinion. That's unwise. For a man to just rush it, and that's why a lot of people just die off of stupid stuff that they never should die for in the first place. There is no reason to foolishly, as a man, when you know what conflict really leads to, as a man, you know every time you get into a conflict, you take your life into your own hands. You have to exercise wisdom. It's not nothing about fear, but as it concerns women, and you're talking about her boyfriend, something with her past person or whatever, which is why I said if it was a random person, and in that scenario that you gave, she would have been under my protection as well because that was a random person. That's why I said that. But what you said was you introduced a personal person that she knew personally, that she'd had prior dealings with. And I've already said it through my life experience. I've seen a girl wrong a man and then run real quick to find another man to use that man as a shield because she knew that the man that she wronged was coming to see about her to correct what she had did. And so she wanted to quickly find another man she didn't care about just to use as a shield. And men die like that all the time. So you have to exercise wisdom in these cases. So if you feel that white men are more protective, then you should just get a white man. That's a simple solution.
My comment was at what point in time that the level of submission should be directly related to the level of protection. Now you said that she should be submissive from the get-go, from the get. And I said, are you willing to be protected from the get? And you made it very clear.
And I said I was.
Your protection had a lot to do with the backstory. But her submission had nothing to do with a backstory. I didn't even ask you, well, does the level of submission start after you pay for the meal? Or does it start after you, like, Joe said, put a ring on it? At what level? Because Joe has a young daughter, and I keep asking him. I said, Joe, when these young boys start talking about the submission better start right away. They're going to meet you those young men are going to meet you at the door. And you're going to have to correct them and say, I'll tell you that my daughter's submission to you does not begin until you put a ring on it.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Like, I'm never gonna tell my daughter just to submit to a random nigga on a date. Fuck what I ever tell her to do. That's suicide because I don't know if we don't know.
Y'all are framing this in a bad way. Oh,
No,
I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead,
no, no,
DMC.
no, no, no. I'm talking as a man. I'm talking as a man, as a father. Like with men, if my daughter were to take a picture and show me this shit right here, this shit, and say, "Mom, Dad, look at this shit right here," and I'll be like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yo, you got your car, man? I'll send you $20. You can go grab something else to eat. You ain't have to eat that shit." Like, no, because I'm already knowing off the bat. I'm not about to send my child into that kind of hellhole till something come up, nigga, struck. No, you're gonna have to come hide in that player. Like, if you can't afford, no. But I'm not sending out. I'm sending out something of mine. Now, maybe a lot of these these men these days like that struggle pussy shit. That's fine. I listen. I enjoy struggle pussy, but you're not gonna get goddamn prime beef from my goddamn factory. No, you gonna have. I'm gonna grill you. I'm gonna ask you. Do you have a job? Do you make money? What do you got going on? What's your credit report? Because I want to know. I'm sending one of my ponies into your stall for you to have, and that's a resource that I'm giving up to you. That could be going. That's money that could be going in my household. So that is what a man is providing for my child, for me to another man. I'm like, fuck you. You don't know. I'm like, he's
You
a
know,
bum. He's a bum. I'm just saying. He don't got no bread. Because,
we don't talk about what fatherless homes. We don't talk about what fatherless homes have done.
that would be a girl from a fatherless home that would say, yeah, that's cool. I could. Yeah. She either had to be head over heels in love. She had to be head over heels in love, like for that type of shit. And I would say the same thing to dudes. Like, listen, I done dealt with goddamn Section 8 pussy. I done seen these type of meals be cooked. Fucking goddamn chicken on newspaper, some goddamn yellow rice that somehow I don't know how the fuck the rice turned yellow, and we were eating white rice, and goddamn some green beans that taste salty and soggy as fuck. I ate those goddamn struggle meals, but I'm like, yo, dude, like nobody should have to eat like this for this long. And the girl was fine, like, well, why are you complaining? She can't cook worth the fuck. So guess what? We always gotta go to her mama's house to eat. Mama live right down the damn apartment building. That's a struggle meal. That's a struggle meal, and I get it. People want people on their program. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't ask for that type of. And that's why I'm saying, like, that's why women aren't being effeminate like they want, like they need to anymore. Like, they'll be effeminate for something like whoever they want. Where's that goddamn crazy ass chick I was just looking at? Like, where's that broad at? I had the video I was gonna pull up and show y'all, but it shows a doggone female. What's she? Everybody showing off that chick that damn taking the shot. I'll do that later. But where's it at? Now? Where's that damn shit at? Now, hold on. Let me find it. You have it where there's see this right here? That's a woman. This crazy ass broad. That's the era of women that we're heading down to. You lower your standards and say you should be thankful to get this, then guess what? This is the energy that we're gonna be getting later on in the future. 2021, this type of behavior where these type of dudes are going to be dealing with these type of women. Ain't no, I don't even catch a scent of femininity for this type of woman.
No, you have, like I said,
I think we're
generational thing.
overlapping some things. Her being like that is not because of no meal. Many people have come from humble beginnings and worked their way up. There's no correlation there.
J.I., you did not. I didn't never correlate. But did you hear my mom? Did you hear me say that, Michelle? That I correlated her to that meal? I said
it comes down to when women don't have fathers or mothers that protect their daughter's femininity. Part of your femininity is not settling for less than you deserve. You can't be grateful for any Tom, Dick, or Harry that wants to get between your cheeks. I can get dick when I can't get a meal. Every man needs to understand that. I can get dick when I can't get a meal. Every woman can. You can sit up there and randomly put out some pussy and say, any man that wants to hit it can hit it. And guess what? There's going to be a line. What was that world record? It was like over 1,000 men stood in line to hit some pussy. But if you could pull out your dick right now and say, yo, baby, let's do the Guinness Book of World Records and see how many women will just randomly jump on some dick. You might get Shaniqua or Shaquella or a Honey Boo Boo's mama.
Well, the quality woman, not you won't be getting that. You won't be getting the quality.
But what I'm trying to say, you ain't gonna get the quantity of women that are just gonna jump on an anonymous dick that you would if you set up there and literally they've done it. Guinness Book of World Records has done it on several times. They had the first world record, then they had the computer.
We know that.
And literally, there were thousands of men in line to get some random pussy.
We know.
But like I said,
that's the way it's always been.
It has always been like that. So when you sit up there and say, no, romance is a thing of the past, because if a girl, you can always get them. That's not the way it's always been. It is not always.
Likes you, what I just said? I said if a woman likes you, it does not matter what you are doing for her. If she likes you, you don't have to do anything. And we see that from the men that women pick. A lot of the men that women pick, the man never did anything for them. They're still sleeping with them. That's not a mystery in this day and age. There's nothing shocking or surprising. That's why dating has declined and stuff, because you don't have to do it. What do I look like going the extra mile with somebody else? I know if she liked me, she'd be busting open just like she did for such and such. We all been through college. We know you do not have to wine and dine chicks to get them in bed, period.
Now, okay, somebody says, J.I., how do you define, okay, J.I., how do you define submission from a woman? Thank you, Doug, for the $5 super chat. All donations are very much respected and received. But how do you define submission from a woman?
Simple. She needs to be serving me, doing what I require of her, and with a good attitude. That's what it is. Doing what I require from her and with a good attitude.
Okay. You know, my preacher is one of
no need to be long-winded on that one.
No, my preacher is one of the most radical men when it comes to submission. And he did a sermon in a church filled with 10,000 people. And he said, women are submit to their husbands. Any questions? And so I listened to some little teeny bopper ask some stupid ass question. And I rose my hand and I said, is the level of submission directly correlated to the amount of money brought into the partnership? The next week, the sermon was my wife, my partner. My wife, my partner. That at some point in time, even the old bastion.
Wait, what?
My wife, my partner. That was the old bastion of the wife should be submissive. Realize that in today's era, the level of submission, if this was a partnership, that the level of submission has to take into account that your wife is also bringing in finances to help support your enterprise. But if
no, I reject that, and I don't accept the partner thing either. But go ahead.
You can reject it, but you're not married. So again, I'm going to say it like this: if you have a roommate that's a man, and he's going to tell you that there is, for his 50% of the rent, there's some there's some things you got to do. You ain't gonna expect a man to sit up there and wash your dirty dishes. So if you're asking a female to be your
No, I would
roommate,
not.
you're gonna pay all the rent.
So
We
now
we
let's
agree on that one. I'm on the record. I don't believe in 50-50. So we
okay,
agree
right.
we agree on that in the
So
show.
you're gonna pay all the rent.
Yeah,
That was the question.
I just said we agree. I just
yeah,
said
yeah.
yes. I don't believe in
He wants
50-50.
that
We agree on that.
energy of I'm the man, I'm the provider. I bring in the bread and the table. I wants that energy. So I will give him that. He
Well,
does
we
want
agree
that.
on that in the show.
No, I mean I'm not trying to be funny, but I've also had men who said I saw how they were living because I do divorces more than I want to. I've had men that are like, I pay all the bills. I pay all the bills. Okay. But I mean, she's not submissive. I'm like, what do you want her to be submissive on? I have a sex schedule that I want her to follow. And I asked her the question. She said the level of sex that he wants is directly disproportional to the level of his income. That when I
he need to put her away. He need to put her away. See, this is probably where we branch off because this goes back to that dinner thing.
Right.
I don't believe in being 50-50. I believe a man should pay all the bills or whatever. And in return, he run his household the way she do. If she talking about you don't make enough money for me to submit fully, because she doesn't, it sounds like she doesn't like the quality of life that he can provide. He needs to get rid of her and find a woman that appreciates what he can provide. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a man. He's providing.
but she said
Now, if she is not pleased or she feels that is less than, no. He should demand whatever he wants because he's upholding his part of the bargain. He's providing.
but
So
she
if it's
wanted
not to her
but she
liking,
wanted a
he just needs
purse.
to
And
get
he
rid of
told her
her
no.
and find
She
someone
wanted
else.
a purse. And he told her no. He t- he wanted a purse. She
She's
said,
under
if
his
we can
leadership. It's what he say goes.
no. And she said, look, if he can tell me no, then I can tell him no.
See, and
That's
that's out of order, and that's why I reject that partnership. It's not a partnership. So once you get to that level, y'all are in that's something else. I reject the whole idea of a
so
partnership.
a woman
A
can never
man
tell
should
you
protect
no.
and provide. A woman should submit and serve.
So a woman can
That's not what I'm saying either. But hold on, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what you just described. And that's hilarious. Uh, it sounds like he's providing. She wants a higher quality or higher standard of living. She's not happy with the man that she has. It sounds like she wants something
no,
above his reach, what he can afford
they
financially.
literally they literally lived in a 4,000 square foot house, but he told her no one day on some of the things she
And she
wanted to
was still
buy.
ungrateful?
Oh, yes, because she decided that she would
Oh, then he
rather.
just need to get rid of her.
She decided that, look, you're not my first husband, you're my second husband. That at some point in time, if it's yes, dear,
Mm.
I'll provide for you. She knew he had the money, he just didn't want to spend it on that. He had other plans for savings. Why he wanted to save, she didn't know.
Then she out of
But the
line.
long and
She's
short of
out
it
of
is
order.
that when let me I just had a call come in. Let me fix my audio real quick. Y'all keep
All
talking.
right. So,
All right, let me
go ahead.
can I hop in BM2?
All right. I want to hear what you guys say. Go ahead.
Let me say this.
A long way now. Come on.
When I say that a man should protect and provide, it's two P's for the man, it's two S's for the woman. The man should protect and provide, the woman should submit and serve. Now, just like with that meal, to me, that man provided the meal, whatever, that's fine. If she decided that that's not the level that she wants something better, whatever, then they're just unequally yoked. They need to go their separate ways. He needs to find someone who appreciates what it is that he provides and the man that he is. That's all that it is. He needs to find a woman that appreciates
I
and
agree.
can serve him and submit to him
I agree.
at the level that he's at. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't even fault the woman if she wants something more. She just needs to go elsewhere to find it. Whatever a man provides, That's what that woman needs to live at. If she can't, that man needs to find another woman. I don't believe in this like partnership thing. The man is the head and the leader, and that's what it is. And if that's out of bounds for a woman, or she feels like that's tyranny or whatever, that's just not a good woman to me. So you just need to find one that's on the plan. Simple as
I
that.
agree. I agree wholeheartedly in what you just said on that one. I do. I agree. I got no smoke for you on that. If you're 120% correct on that. I think that's where we definitely can agree on that. And I tell that to a lot of men. That's why I don't have these kind of those kind of value conversations. I'm more so when you go to the grocery store, you don't put items in a buggy that you can't afford. Doesn't make sense. When you get to the checkout line, they're gonna bring up what's your price that you can afford, right? Same thing when it comes to the building, the household. But this is where people mess up at. This is where people get destroyed at. The brother, he had a good intention. I don't take away from that. I'll give that a 5. He had the courage to talk to the woman that he had a crush on. It's good. What he came up short at was he wasn't properly prepared for that. If it's something that I truly want, or something I truly want to grasp, i.e. that woman, i.e. that individual, I'm going to be on my A game. I'm saying, hey, I know how she dressed, I know how she carries herself, and mind you, she's my crush. I want to make a good impression. Just like you would come into a business, or you would go into a job, you ain't gonna go there half stepping and say, well, this is all I got. This is just no. You're gonna come there presentable because you want to be picked for that job. Same thing when it comes towards the dating and the courting market.
It comes down to one of the things, not to overtalk you. One of the things our young brother said, when a woman likes you, she's gonna smash. What women think is if a man likes you, he's going to put the time and money into showing you that he likes you. He's going to put time and money into it. I mean, if he has limited resources, we went through this. Brothers, if you have limited resources, at least show her you put the time into it, preparing for that date. At least go to the Dollar Tree. You don't got that much money, but take the time to show this woman you value her, you like her. Don't be like, oh, I just threw.
Can I ask you a question, Michelle?
Huh? Yes, sir.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And that example that you gave us about your clients when you're helping them work through their divorce, who do you think? Because the woman was denying them sex because he wasn't buying stuff or whatever. First, that sounds like prostitution to me. If you talking about sex for goods, but who do you think was right or wrong in that situation, in your opinion?
Knowing the couple as well as I do, and I was able to stop the divorce, but a lot of times it breaks down to communication. That she honestly felt that he didn't value her, that she wouldn't have asked him to do something that she thought would have hurt him, hurt their finances. But the idea of her being on a schedule for sex like a trained chimp hurt her feelings. And that there was no romance, that he felt like, hey, we've been married. Why I gotta play games now? I want to fuck. Let's fuck. Turn over and fuck. It's the night that we fuck. And she felt like he turned sex into another chore. It became no different than the time that she had to vacuum. This is the day I do vacuuming. This is the day I do the laundry. This is the time I cook a meal. Oh, let me look at my schedule. This is when I have to fuck this nigga. Okay, let me get this over with. So it was almost to the point of, in her mind, it became a chore, not, and I know that a lot when you're dating, it doesn't seem like a chore, but a lot of the divorces that I'm dealing with is because the women feel like sex has become a chore, not anything that's romantic. But I tell women a lot of this starts with dating. When men were courting you as something of value, they put effort into it, they put time into it. If they're not willing to put time into the first date, everything else is going to be downhill. It's just going to be downhill. So you're finding yourself in a situation where you're with a man that was just looking for fun. Men, they sit up there and go, I don't know why she let herself get pregnant. She should have known that I was just looking to smash. And it's like, what signs are women supposed to see that mean that you're just looking to smash it? That meal was an example of,
I
okay,
can answer that.
that meal, sister girl, I don't
No,
care.
the date thing.
If a man sent that photo out and said, yo, Miss Nichelle, I went over to the chick house and she called herself cooking dinner for me, and this is what she did. I would sit up there and say, run. Do you want this woman to be mother of your children? Now I don't want to have no kids with her. Then why risk it? Because if she would serve that slop to you on a date and she's trying to impress you, imagine what the fuck your kids are going to get. And they can't complain. They can't just leave the meal. So these are the warning signs that I think men and women should look at. That if someone invites you over, and this is the way, I would understand if a man beat his wife or his baby mama's ass. Like, this is the way she fixing food for our kids. Our kids ain't pigs. She wants them to eat out of a trough. I'd be mad if a woman served food for her own kids like that. I'd be like, yo, bro, call CPS, do a study on the house, because that's trifling ass shit. That she gonna be serving your kids some food out of an old, what was that, ice cream tin? Man, no, my brother. Your kids,
old ice cream bucket.
Yeah, your kids deserve better. No telling how old that shit is. No. Mm-mm. I mean, but that's me. That I try to teach people the warning signs to look away from. So good and damn well that if you went over to a girl's house and that's what she was serving for food, maybe you should consider passing on smashing, just in case, the condom slips, because she's going to be serving your kids some shit that looks worse than that. And they ain't going to be able to leave like you would be.
No, I say that is a different issue that men have to have with the law, but I understand what you're saying. But back to the thing the example that I asked you about. So now, if she's denying this man or whatever, and he's like, "Look, I'm providing all this, and I got to deal with this disrespect," because I mean, you said he was providing for her and he was well off, and so everything's good. So really, that's part of her job as a woman, is to please her man. And it sounded like she rebelled against doing it. So then, if he would have went out and stepped out and got that itch scratched somewhere else, then it would have been a bigger problem. People would have been looking at him like the bad guy. But he's not the bad guy, in my opinion, if he would have done that.
You can sit up there and say it's the law or whatnot, but Viagra has tilted the scales a little bit. I know a lot of gold diggers are like, God damn, Now the motherfucker is wanting to do this. But the long and short of it is, in a relationship, a marriage, these people have been married, they've raised kids, 20 years. The dick gets wrinkly, your balls get saggy. I mean, it's a totally different perspective than, I like him, I want to fuck. It's the whole, I used to hear horror stories from my cousins when I was a kid, teenager, where their husbands would just roll over and say, give it to me. Ick. These are their husbands. They had kids with them.
Now, what's wrong with that? If that man is providing, he's going and fighting the world, slaying dragons, doing whatever he has to do to provide for them. What is wrong with him rolling over and saying, "Give it to me"? To me, that's part of her service as a wife, just like that man is supposed to provide for her. That woman's supposed to service him.
So
that's part of the deal.
Let's break it down. So a man making $500,000 versus a man making $40,000, they got the same access to pussy. They should have the same access to pussy.
Wait. No, the man making more money. Wait, are you saying it as a statement of fact, or are you asking a question?
I'm asking a question. Do you think that the guy who has providing for his wife, he's providing $500,000 a year, but the man that can only come up with $550,000 a year should be able to sit there and say, "Bitch, you roll over like I'm making $500,000."
Yes. You know why? Because let me explain why. Let me answer the question fully. Let me explain why. And this is me. Huh?
No, I say this is a good conversation. I think y'all two have found.
All right, let me explain why. Okay, but let me answer this question, because, and the reason I say yes, to me, the man that's making $500,000, he may be able to do more. He's no more of a man than the man that makes $50,000. Yes, that man that makes $50,000, that woman that's his wife better have the same reverence for her man that makes $50,000 as that woman that has that $500,000 has the reverence for him. She needs to be looking at her husband and reverencing him like he's God. That's the man that's willing to die for her, protect her, and is providing for her. And he's not called as a man to make $500,000. That's not what he's called to do. He's called as a man to protect and provide for his family. So if he's doing that and he's providing a life for them, his house may be smaller, the car may be older, whatever, but he's providing and protecting. He deserves the same reverence and respect from his wife that any other millionaire is getting from their wife. Absolutely. And if she start acting up or thinking that he deserves less or think he's less of a man, he needs to get rid of that bitch, because that's disrespectful. And that man is called to die for his family, just like that man making $500,000 is called to die for his. He's not gonna pay. He's not to die a $50,000 death. No, he's just gonna die for his family. So if that woman doesn't have the respect for that man, then he needs to get rid of her. Period. So yes, he needs to be able to say the same thing. In my opinion, that's my answer to that.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another scenario because I found it very funny. Had a man come to me and say, "Look, he wasn't making that much money, wasn't, relatively speaking, but he wanted to give his wife the ultimatum that if she didn't lose weight," they had about 4 kids, "that she was disrespectful to him because she wouldn't lose the weight." And he felt that if rich men could upgrade if their wife got fat, that poor men should be able to it was no big deal for a poor man to expect his wife to keep up her body. It was the presentation to him. She was no longer attractive. And that if she didn't get up off her fat ass and lose some weight, he was going to leave her and the kids. Now, is that acceptable as well? You got quiet on me.
And let me tell you why. A man has every right. No, I didn't get quiet. I said yes, and let me tell you why. I don't know if there's a delay when I speak or something. I don't know. There might be a delay. But yes,
Might be at the one.
he has every right to say that because guess what? When that man got with that woman, he was making whatever he was making or whatever. That's what they got. Now, personally, I believe that a man should give a woman. This is just personal. I believe a man sets whatever standard he wants. That's just what it is. Because that man has to protect and die for his castle. So whatever rules that man set, that's just what it is in his house. Period. Period. That's just what it is. Because a man has the ultimate responsibility on his shoulders to protect and provide for his family. So yes, he gets that leeway. And if she does not like it, okay, if she does not want to play by his rules, then yes, he should leave her. Now, as it concerns the children, I believe that he should be more patient with. But it sounds like he was, and gave her some time. He shouldn't just leave her because she had his kids and she gained weight. So he should work with her on it. But if she's not willing to work after a certain point and get the weight off, it is disrespectful to him because we see people lose weight all the time. Now, for me, I wouldn't personally set those rules because if she had 4 of my kids, I'm gonna give her some leeway. But if those are his rules that he set, then 100%, that's absolutely fine. That's just what it is. It sounds like a lot of belittling of the men that make less money, like they aren't still providing for their families and like they're getting overlooked and disrespect. Men that are making less, even though they're still providing, paying bills or whatever, it sounds like they're getting a lot of disrespect, and they don't deserve that disrespect at all, and nor should they tolerate it. And I hope they're wise enough to, as soon as something come out they old lady mouth disrespecting them, that he put her out and put her to the wayside and find somebody that's grateful, because there's always another woman that will be grateful to have what she has. The grass always looks greener till you get out there and find out it's full of shit. But that's my answer to that question too.
I just had a consult with a client and it cracked me up because Texas has a cap thanks to one of our esteemed losing cowboys that rolled into court with a mink coat on, man. And he had to pay an exorbitant amount of child support to a woman that was not his wife. So they decided that women in Texas should only get child support on the first 80. The official rule is the first $9,200 per month of a man's net resources. $9,200 is a cutoff point. This gentleman made millions. But the long and short of what I'm trying to say is that they've reduced the amount of child support because, hey, at one point in time, women could make $80,000 a year in child support. They didn't have to put up with a man. They didn't have to wash his dirty drawers in order to get that type of money. They could have sex with him one time. And that's basically what happened at that point in time. But what I'm saying is that when we look at the romantic side of a relationship, because I will tell you, I sat there in my office like, did this woman just sit up here and tell me that she let 5 guys have sex with her at one time? She just said that. When she gave me the list of the potential baby daddies, I thought we could narrow the list down. Tell me when you went out with them. She goes, no, if you're going to be a hoe, be a good asshole. She slept with 5 men at one time. One of those 5 men did get her pregnant, DNA confirmed, and he had to pay child support. And it was such a bizarre scenario that the Texas laws were changed. But what I see more and more is men saying women are coming after their money. But it's so easy to get pussy. And they think it's so easy to get pussy. And then they're upset that getting the pussy accidentally resulted in a child that they got to pay for. And I'm trying to sit up there and say, what happened to romance? What happened to the idea of looking for a soulmate? That if you can't put the time into it, you're putting the cart before the horse. You're putting the cart before the horse. that yeah, when you are young, you can sow the wild oats and all that. But at some point in time, you need to have some discernment yourself. I have friends in their 40s that are still putting out slop like that to weed out the hoes. They're intentionally doing this to see if they're intentionally going out on first dates and not having their credit cards to see if this is a gold digger or a keeper. But they're not looking at the whole idea of seduction and romance that brings out the femininity and the masculinity in men. So we're destroying our culture by thinking that, oh, why I got to put the effort into it? I can get pussy anytime I want to. Yes, there's pussy, but there's also love. You can't just get love. You said, if a woman likes me, she'll let me smash it.
That's the truth. That's a true statement.
But if she'll like you, she can like anybody.
If a woman likes me, she will give me the chicks. Nichelle, that's what it is. I don't know. I know that you're older, so you might be off the dating scene. And plus, to be quite honest, Nichelle, you're in a different type of world. You're in a sorority in college. You're a lawyer, so you're on the upper fringes of society as it is. So your world is going to look different, very different from most people's world. And the men that you have access to just by virtue of your profession and your education is going to be vastly different from the average person. That's one. Two, we live in a day and age of Netflix and chill. This is what it is. We live in the age of WAP. That romance stuff died, women killed it. That's just what it is. There's nothing stopping women from being wholesome women and requiring men to get them flowers and be gentlemen and write poems. They don't want that. It's over. Nobody cares about that. Nobody's looking for love. They're looking for a nut. That's what it is. This is trending both ways. Guys have a side chick. Women have a side nigga.
Right. I think you're right.
And they're open about it. You can see these posts. That's just the world we live in.
But did you notice one thing? Because I'll tell
what it is. That's the world we live in. This love stuff is dead.
I'll tell y'all, I grew up in the age of Madonna. I was in high school going, Madonna. Madonna was like, can you spark a flame without using a stick? Okay, it was debate after debate about oral sex. Black men did not do oral sex. It was demeaning. It was this and that. And I'm sitting up there listening to women and men in their, I guess now they'd be in their 60s and 70s that thought that was like an unheard of phenomenon in the Black community. That Black men didn't go down on women, Black women. I had to explain to my mother, my 80-year-old mother, I'm adopted. I had to explain to her what oral sex was during Monica Lewinsky. It was not part of mainstream Black culture. Now it appears that it is what it is. But all that being said, white people call it foreplay. I don't know what the hell we call it. But I have heard women complain that their husbands are like, okay, so if you're on your period, they're not even saying you need to give me a blowjob. Turn over, let me fuck you in the ass. And I'm seeing
periods only stop sentences. If you haven't heard, now you heard. Periods only stop.
Hey, but like I said, it also can lead to certain venereal diseases and female problems. Like it's the when a woman's on her period, it is. I need Dr. A on the show to explain it, but her uterus can get fibroids. Black women lead all women in the sense of fibroids. So, it's not as simple as you think. That having sex when you're on your period can lead to other medical conditions. So, there has been over the time.
I'll grant you that, but the whole sexual thing, it always changes. I remember back when I got clowned, back when I was like, yeah, I eat a girl's ass, I don't care, blah blah, as long as she clean, and I got clowned to death to heaven and hell and back. And then Janae Aiko, a couple years later, comes out and talks about groceries, and every nigga's been acting like they've been doing it since day one. People are just sexually, they do whatever society says is okay, and then there's some people that just go against the grain, like me, that just don't care. That's just into whatever they into, and they don't care. They stand on it.
Okay,
But
fun fact.
society, once they made women equal to men, there should be no more romance. Huh?
Right? Okay. Now you said there should be no more romance.
What'd you say?
There should be no more romance.
No, I said romance died. I said romance died when you had feminism and women were made equal to men. Romance was a thing of you're courting this beautiful creature, whatever, blah blah blah. Once they took away all of the social contract, all the rules what women were supposed to do, blah blah blah, all that stuff, romance went out the door with it. There's no more point. It's pretty much dead. It's gonna be there for a select few that are just like that just want to do that. But for the majority, we see in the age of WAP, it's dead.
Now, is that because some people? Now, my hypothesis, I don't think some people can access that type of energy from their counterpart or whoever they're trying to deal with. So, it's a lost thing to them because a lot of them don't know how to properly, get that type of energy out of woman. That's all that I'm trying to say. So I'm just being honest.
Yeah, Joe, the difference a lot of times comes down to, I saw the passion that you talked about when it came to your daughter. I think that what changed the dating scene was less than feminism, but more about the lack of fathers in the home. Because at the end of the day, you're sitting up there saying, "Oh hell no." You want your daughter to go out and be whatever she wants to be, but at the same time, she ain't gonna settle for a guy that disrespects her. So I think that a lot of these women don't have a father that says, you can go out and be whatever you want to be, but that does not mean because you are now equal. Because guess what? You were equal to my sons in the first place, in the sense I was willing to die for you. A father was willing to die for his sons or his daughter. Children were equal. So the idea of this sudden, women are equal now, bitches. So y'all can pay for. Men didn't care about whether or not the law said their daughters were equal. They would die for their daughters just like they died for their sons.
Well, if it's okay, if I can chime in.
That's a misnomer. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if it's okay. I'm saying if I could add my thoughts as Platinum Elite or whatever. I was here listening to you, and I think the dating died because a lot of women, they're just a lot more thirsty, just like the dudes now, and it's not that hard to get to the sex. It's right there. So there's no need to go through a courtship or a whole lot of romantic, pre dances and pre stages. Hey, let me bust open this blunt, and you're gonna bust it open, and and they get down like that. And then like women like you said, you're in college right now.
No, I'm actually a practicing lawyer.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just saying, women like you. I mean, I don't know where you went to school, but women that are smart women, they're considered boring. So that's why they don't really get a lot of. I'm not saying they don't do the same thing. I mean, I'm not that naive, but they just considered boring. A lot of they talk a lot, and it's not really what dudes want to get down with. But don't and you don't have to really. The women now will look at you as boring. If I want to take a woman out right now, if I'm 21 and I want to take her, like get to know her and be nice, they're gonna look at me as a boring ass dude. because they gotta look at it, they're too young for that. Like I'm not married. I don't want to be married. I don't want to be around a dude that's married minded. You know, I got my WAP, like J.I. said, I got this WAP thing going. I want to twerk. I want to hang with my friends. You got the new song out with the little girls. We ain't looking for boo. You know, they want to just go when they just want to get it in when they get it in. And sex is like ordering lunch. You know, and let me back up off of that. Now I'll pass the mic.
Now, okay, so here I'm going to show y'all something. This has been a guy. He's been asking for quality punani for a while now. So y'all, disclaimer alert. Now this man, he wants quality booty. Now look at him. Goddamn, got breasts down there and some shit. He wearing a crown.
What that was that a TikTok video or something?
Oh, this is a man doing a video. This is a man doing a whole 3 hour long video of a man. Oh, Jesus.
Whoa, bro.
Don't worry, he got dog. He's just a fat man. He's just a fat man. He's just a fat man. But this man was a quality woman. J.I., do you think he should have a woman for submission? After seeing what we just saw.
And he deserves one. Yes. Yes. Let me tell you why. Yes. Please let me explain it. Please let me explain it.
Okay.
Let me explain it. Let me explain it. This is why I do not believe. Let me explain it. I do not believe in this equality between, like, it's double standard. It's a double standard between a man and a woman. Just like how Nichelle said earlier, she can get dick when she can't get a meal. It's just a double standard. So if this man can provide, okay, if he can provide and protect his woman, even though he's physically unappealing to some, then he can find a woman that's willing to get on his program. Yes, he can. And he shouldn't have to alter his standards or anything. He just needs to be prepared to hold out.
Stop.
I'm for real.
Ain't no woman shall be.
If that man is providing and protecting his family, he's a man. Look.
The fuck?
Well,
go ahead.
Is he in a diaper? I thought it was just his underwear. I don't know what he's got going on. Look, I didn't say nothing about no abuse. I said if he's protecting and providing for his family, he deserves the same respect and whatever he's looking for.
Well, I mean, if
he just needs to hold out till he has it.
What is so sad is I see men that look. I assume they look like that. I assume that they look like that. They ain't making no money. And I had one of these. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Listen, you can make no money. You can be homeless and be getting sex.
I'm trying to talk with my eyes closed because
homeless man
it's
get
like,
sex.
Yeah, but those women are crazy. But that neither here nor there. I do believe that I do believe in the soulmate philosophy. I do believe that for every lock there's a key. I mean, Honey Boo Boo's mama got married. Okay, hey, there's some women out there that are less than physically desirable, but at the end of the day, damn that man! Oh Lord, have mercy! I'm having nightmares.
Same on the men's side. So I mean, yeah.
Well, the problem to me, I don't see a problem with him getting a woman who wants him.
Look, we know how it goes.
I don't have a problem saying if he found like off of Facebook, a couple of women who
the nicest person. He may be the nicest person in the world.
He could be mean. I'm just
nice.
saying if a woman wants
protection, how much as a woman? How much protection do you think this bubbly pillow top man can provide?
I mean, he can protect us. I mean,
what's he going to protect you against?
The ants? Is the appearance of protection. He does not have the appearance of protection. He gonna protect you against whatever comes against his household. I mean, everybody's not, physically in shape. Just because a man is fat doesn't mean he can't protect his house. But if he is going to protect and provide for his house, he deserves a woman that's going to respect him in his house and meet whatever his standards are. Now, she see him when she sign up for it. So if she sees him and she dates him and she signs up for that, then she need to fall in line and do what she's supposed to do.
I mean,
But that doesn't mean he has to compromise
I
whatever
kinda
his
agree.
goal is. He needs to
I
stand on
kind
it
of
as a man.
agree. I kind of agree. Powder Puff would have a hard time protecting any woman or child against the Boy Scout.
But
I mean,
Attorney Nichelle, I find it alarming. You know, I mean, like on these spaces we live and learn that you would be so superficial. You know, about this individual right here, because I thought, well, of all people, you know, when we start dealing with the upper crust, the more intellectual people, that they see that, you know, they can see beyond the superficial. I mean, clearly he's not, I guess, attractive, I guess, but there might be more to him than that. And in my opinion, perhaps I'm wrong. I've always thought women of your caliber, you know, y'all look for the internal beauty.
Hell no.
no,
What the fuck?
women of my caliber weigh the odds just like you would in any business deal. Long and short of it, that probably is what Donald Trump looks like if he didn't have on any clothes. His ability to protect Melania is totally different than. I'm assuming that this guy is not on the billionaires list or the millionaires list. So at some point in time, when a man is physically unable to protect you, he is financially able to hire young security guards to protect you. I mean, let's just be honest. Maybe
No,
his
because
wife,
anybody can get their ass whooped on any given day
anybody can get
by
their ass
somebody.
whooped,
That's not
but
fair. You can't say
Melania
just
Trump, I'm
because he
saying
doesn't look like he could win a fight.
Melania Trump, even before Trump was president, her husband had assets that made her a risk for kidnapping. So, you know, you're a risk for kidnapping. You got to understand that that's part of the risk that you take on in being with a man of certain financial stability. That they could kidnap him, they could kidnap you, they kidnap your kid. So he has to have the means and the
Why are we
willingness to
talking about
protect you.
kidnapping with this man?
Hold on. Yeah. We're going a
No, I'm
little far
saying
off.
that
A little far off.
protection. One
And
of the things you want to be
Why
protected
are we
against.
talking about
But
Now,
counselor,
Michelle. Now, Michelle, we jumping off kidnapping.
counselor,
I mean, I'm just
Nobody's
saying
actually killing
counselor.
that
kidnapping.
the long
Nobody's
that it is.
kidnapping nobody like that.
Why are we
Excuse me.
talking about getting kidnapped?
Okay,
And that
men
Oh,
don't think about being kidnapped. Women, it is one of the things that we think about all the time. That when you hear women say, I don't want to walk across the parking lot by myself. One of the things that they're thinking about is someone could kidnap them, hold them for ransom or rape, and torture them until somebody pays a ransom. That is something women have to think about. I don't care your socioeconomic standards, but the long and short of it is, if you're in a lower economic standard,
Yeah, but counselor, I just find it. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I would think that a woman of your upper crust and class would be more like, hey, this man might be the romantic type of guy that's
no,
missing.
never.
No, I mean physically, I can understand. That's just a small side of a man, just his physical appearance. What's internal is what's more important, right?
No.
No, okay.
You heard me say it. No.
Nichelle, let me ask you this. Real talk, Nichelle. Let me ask you this. Hold on, Nichelle. You have daughters that you talk about all the time, and to be fair, you're raising your daughters way differently than the majority of people raising daughters. Because just by them having parents that are well off, and you as a lawyer, they already will have better education and a better insight to the world than most people. But if you had to choose between that man we just saw in the video, say he's a good man, he's going to provide and protect, you know, he's got a gun, he knows how to use it, whatever. Them being with that type of man, or let's say a man that's, you know, in the gym all the time, very quote unquote jawline, he's attractive,
Michael
alpha,
B.
whatever,
Jordan.
but he's going to mistreat her which would you rather, Michael B. Jordan type, which would you rather her be with? A man that's going to cheat on her and mistreat her, he's going to cheat all on her? Or would you rather her be with the fat guy we just saw that's going to provide and protect, but be faithful to her? Which would you rather her be with?
Believe it or not, as a mother and a wife, I'd go with the cheater. Because at the end of the day, I can help my daughter deal with the cheater a lot quicker than I can help her deal with ugly grandchildren. Because that genetic makeup is going to be on my grandchildren. So yes.
I'm glad you're really clearing up things for me, because I see that.
Lord,
they're all the same.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah,
Now,
they're all the same.
Now,
I'll sit up there and tell you, I'd rather my child be with a man that is financially and DNA.
That's attractive.
DNA.
That's attractive.
I've been accused, long and short. They said, Nichelle, you married a man that had green eyes and was light skinned.
Okay, there we go.
Duh. He was a doctor. Duh.
Now,
You wouldn't date the sanitation engineer that loved you, because DNA wise, I didn't want his DNA. I did.
Michelle, you are very vain.
Too many times we attack.
You are very vain. Goddamn, hey, femininity is possibly dead. All right, so now, Platt, I'm going to show you.
Y'all sit up there laughing when I sit up there and say,
Michelle,
I didn't want the DNA of the sanitation.
I'm going to show you a woman. I found out this is her man. That woman and that man, they both are dating. This is what I found out from looking into this. And we're going to look at the dynamics of a non-effeminate woman dating a man, okay? Non-effeminate woman dating a young man, or whatever, introvert, incel, bitch broke, whatever y'all call them these days. But I'm gonna play.
What wrong with you, nigga? On with my glasses. Go, drop your goofy ass again. Now beat that bitch ass nigga. Pay for this shit. Hurry up. Yo, pay for that shit and hurry up. Drop your ass again. Touch me, then I'm stop video for they help me. What the fuck?
Now that right there, Platt, that's his girl choking him out and beating on him in public. But this is the type of women that a lot of these young men, or a lot of these men, they are now having to date. The Negro demonic inventors, this new breed of women, saying from Namek, wherever they come from, these men are dating.
Well, it's a new dynamic. You're starting to see the 50s or whatever, 60s, 70s, where the men were aggressive. Now you see in 2020, you see these very aggressive women now who actually are abusive. They abuse these young boys and these young men in these relationships, physically abuse these men. And you were saying women who are afraid to go to their cars. You have men right now who are afraid of their girlfriends, their exes, because of this type of physical abuse. And we can go so far as to say sexual, misconduct of the female.
Is she holding his cell phone hostage?
Yeah, she told him to buy the stuff on the counter, and she's gonna be in the car now. J.I., this most likely will have to be your wife later on down the road. So I'm teaching you what you might have to dealing with this type of woman.
I look at it like this. I'm a solution-oriented person. That it comes down to, this bitch got your cell phone. If you have a quality carrier, which I don't. I mean, I'm cheap. But I have Google. So with Google, it saves all my contacts. So bitch got my cell phone. I got Google. Google saves all my contacts. I'm gonna go down to the store and get a new phone. I'm not gonna go through
Why? But hold on. But now, the disrespect that man is facing, where they watching him get slammed and choked out by a woman. I don't mean like it's
She
like
slammed him. Ooh.
slamming and choking him out. She got broad shoulders more than him.
See, I've never been with a woman that well, first I've never been with a woman that could physically dominate me like that. But she should have got the reason if a woman wouldn't he should have socked her out. I'm not even lying. He should have just socked her out.
Yeah, you can't put your hand.
Like it shouldn't even been no talking. She would have got socked out. That's utter disrespect. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Confrontation.
I don't have these problems. I don't have these problems.
Look,
could have
I
been
know.
avoided. Could have been avoided.
Got out,
why I agree with my young brother. Why would you, in the first place, find this woman in the realm of your, I want to get sweet cheeks, so that's all I can afford. I can only get a parting of the sweet cheeks from this type of woman.
Oh, the same thing.
He did that to himself. That should not be a woman that men could find a sentence to justify. Why would you fuck this woman in the first place?
Well, it probably was fear.
She sneak attacked him because he was leaving the store and she sneak attacked him. She choked him from behind and slammed him real quick.
No, I'm talking about from the.
Oh, I agree. I don't have these issues. She should have got socked out.
Oh, it probably was fear though.
I agree.
I mean, what kind
of? Never been with her in the first place. A girl like that.
Yeah,
what kind of fear? Nigga, you wanna fuck me? I wanna fuck you up.
Yeah,
are we that weak as men?
No,
are
they
we
actually.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are women who are very like her who actually overpower these guys. I know of a younger guy, and he was afraid because his girlfriend kept wanting to do oral on him. She took him to a point where he felt it was painful. He didn't, but she kept wanting to do it. And I was like, bro, for real? And he didn't want to see it anymore. You don't know how aggressive these women are. That's what I'm saying. And when you say it from the woman's standpoint, nobody wants to listen. If it's the man, they're going to cart his ass off. But the women are doing the same thing.
I understand if a woman is that aggressive. But look at that woman. Let's start with looks. This woman is like, I want to fuck you. Yo, dude, I want to fuck you.
But I thought men like that. I don't know that where a woman is aggressive, say I want to fuck you, and you know what I'm saying. She bring you that fuck that femininity shit. I bring you that where I want to suck your dick, some type of energy shit. I mean, you gonna turn that woman down? She come to your doorstep saying she want to slap you down. You gonna fuck her, dog? You gonna have to fuck her. I mean, she's just a girl. I mean, all that you gotta do is make sure she don't choke you out.
Yeah. I probably if she man, I ain't never had no problem. Like, see, he was so soft even when he got up. Women know who to do that stuff with.
Explain.
I would have been in that same situation.
Yo, Joe. When a woman looks women
know who to do that stuff with. Okay. Women know who to try that stuff with.
Right. When a woman looks that
when a woman know that you'll choke the shit out of her, she won't do that type of stuff.
Yeah, that woman like she'll fight back.
But when a woman looks that masculine, what level of threat? It's like, I look like a dude with boobs. I look like a dude with boobs. Fuck me. What synopsis goes to your dick to get hard?
Yeah.
I need to understand that. I need to understand all these men that are going, Nichelle, she raped me.
Basically, that's what they do.
The new world.
I can explain it.
The new world we in.
I can explain it.
Please do.
Hey, women are now raping men
Look,
now.
it's very simple, Nichelle. When they are, it's a lot of videos too of girls trying to like Platinum said, trying to give a dude head and he don't even want it. But when a man is physically stimulated or whatever, it's like a woman can come when she's getting raped. She can still come, even though she doesn't want it. It's the same for a man. He can
Now-
still get erect even if he doesn't, because it's a physiological response to a stimulus.
Now, hang on. Now, this is my last video that I'm going to show. Men and
But-
women. Now, hang
If
on.
you're not attracted, let's go back. If you're not,
Now-
I've had one guy that stood up there and said the woman broke into his house. He did not invite her in. She broke into his house. If I'm not attracted to a man, he's not coming into my house unless he breaks in. But I hear these brothers sitting up there saying, I invited the bitch over and I wasn't attracted to her. Okay, why did you invite her over? Or why did you go over? How did she get in that proximity of you in order to rape you? This is what I have issues with. I'm not attracted to the. I
mean, you
don't.
can ask the same. You can ask the same thing to a woman.
So
You can
hang
ask
on.
that same question to a woman. If
So-
you didn't want to give up the cheeks, why
And
was
they
he
do
there?
it
I
all
mean,
the
nobody
time.
asked that question
They
to
do
women.
it all
We
the
shouldn't ask
time.
it to men.
Yeah.
They do
let me-
all
let
the
me go
time.
ahead.
Mike Tyson on.
Let me go ahead and pull this up for y'all. This is the last video. We got y'all nice little Colombian female, you know what I'm saying, or some chick like that. Got all that. Okay. So hang on, make sure I get it right for y'all. All right, so hang on. Let me make sure I get this right. I done messed it up.
What is this, like a transformer or something? What's the
I
catch?
don't know. I didn't.
What's the catch with this?
Why y'all think there's a catch? Why y'all think there's a goddamn catch? Damn, there's no damn catch. Calm down. So
No,
let me go ahead.
Men are saying they're. You get the video.
So here you have it. You got where this woman, she's effeminate. She got the breast. She got the hips. Her feet are flat. I don't care for flat feet women, but she has all the stuff that y'all want that she provide for y'all. Now, and she's Hispanic. But you know, some people they want to go their own way, and I support y'all divest in your own way. Now, is she somebody that y'all would want to deal with? You know, and are men going to follow these type of things? But I think men and women they start to say we're gonna have to look towards other options and stuff like that. You know, she's a makeup artist. So what do you think of her, J.I.? She looks pretty good. You can hear her voice too.
And another liquid eyeshadow. Look how pretty. So this is the 2000 shares. Y cada 2,000 compartidas.
Nah, man, I can't answer no questions. I know what the catch is of this video, man.
What do you mean?
Is it a transformer?
Yeah, how is it transform? You see how bad the world is? You don't even know what to trust anymore.
Is this a transformer or something?
That's a
You're
female.
about to get that argument.
I don't.
Well,
You're
no,
about to
she
get an argument.
is
Whether your men like it or not.
she
Whether
got
your men
wide,
like it or
wide
not.
shoulders. She does look like a guy though.
Why do y'all feel like that? Why do y'all feel like that?
I'm trying to understand what's the catch to the video.
Why y'all think it's a catch?
I understand why he feels the way
Man, I
he
remember
feels.
Mara used to do a
Niggas are
show and he would
ungrateful.
have the trans on.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Let's go back to the original thing that you
Well,
said.
see, okay, I'll tell you why. Okay,
Someone
can you
is
cut?
ungrateful.
Can you cut her
Let me
down?
go back to the original argument. He said that if a woman is ungrateful for the presentation of the food,
Yep.
she should be dumped. That at the end of the day, a lot of my trannies, a lot of my friends that are trannies, a hell of a lot of them, a hell of a lot of my trannies do not feel that they need to explain where you getting your orgasm from? That I showed you my titties. That was a presentation. I got titties. I may have a dick as well, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get. If a
Yeah,
woman
see,
likes you,
that's that crazy talk. That's
Yeah.
that crazy talk right there.
Right.
That's that
that's where it
crazy
is
talk.
That's
right
the shit that
now.
get people killed.
It's where
She got
that's where we
You see,
are in.
you can only
That
hear that
gets people
crazy talk
killed.
in 2020. That's that.
That's
Hold on,
where
let me explain it. Let me explain it.
That gets people
Let
killed.
me explain it. See, that's that crazy talk to say that just because I don't care, I'm gonna give you spaghetti out of an ice cream bucket. Now you don't have to tell me you were born a man. See that we can't be making leaps like that.
well,
But unfortunately, showing to my presentation.
So
It's
I'm
like
guessing I'm guessing this is a tranny.
well, this
Why you keep
woman,
no.
saying
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
guessing this is a tranny.
The trannies are sitting up
look,
there saying, listen to what I'm saying. The trannies are sitting up there saying, like you said,
this woman right here is too top heavy.
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. You made the argument that when I sat up there and said that
I said that about food
comparing,
though. Come on.
yes, but trannies are now making the argument it's about the presentation. If I presented titties to you, your argument is your argument. I'm telling you what their argument is. If I sit up there and presented, if I presented titties and an orgasm, you should be grateful. If I presented titties and orgasms, you should be grateful.
How do they present an orgasm?
Yeah, how you present an orgasm? How'd you get to orgasm?
A hole is a hole, like you said. Spread them cheeks.
So wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me, if a man does that, he knows what he's dealing with.
What is the comment was? I need them cheeks. Did he say I can get them cheeks red?
Oh, she's
them cheeks is redden them cheeks.
My problem with
them cheeks is redden them cheeks.
My problem with her, the woman that you have on the screen, she's too top heavy, wide shoulders, and her head is way too big. Way too big. I don't know what this is, but I'm saying I'm not attracted to
her body. Should be grateful. She's redden them cheeks.
She has a body that I couldn't be attracted to her body, her build. She's just not.
I agree. I don't understand why.
She doesn't even look very good with makeup. She does look. She has a man. There are dudes who actually like women who look like this. I'm not one of those guys, but nah. She has a really masculine look, and her body's built very masculine.
I've seen them Navy boys be.
Did Joe say without biting his tongue? Did Joe?
No.
Joe say without biting his tongue? Men that are essentially worried about a woman spreading his cheeks. That a person that has no discretion in spreading their cheeks.
Okay, counselor, we get it.
We get that. But I'm saying that I think that at some type of fine line, the standard has to be drawn. What? How the hell is her hair? How her hair changed? What? Wait, her hair changed. Was she?
Yeah. That don't look good at all, there, bro.
So is this a man?
No, that's
this is a man.
She got a cap on. She got that cap shit on. That cap. Well, you can't.
So this is a man.
That's a woman. The woman. She's wearing a cap. I was trying to figure out. Wait, her hair changed. I'll see. Okay, so she's not. I don't like the way she looked. I don't
see in today's day and age. I'll say this. If you've ever done like online dating before, you know now that there's a lot of trannies on them apps, and there's some women that they're not a man, but they got that masculine kind of like look. Like it's not their fault. That's just how they look. And but they kind of got that look. So if you even got to ask, I don't deal with them because it's too many. Yep. So BMT knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's full of trannies on there, and it's a bunch of trannies on there. It's crazy. So that's just the day and age we live in. But we can't compare the food conversation to the you can lie to me about your gender. We can't be making illogical leaps like that.
Right.
trannies that lie to
What do you
men,
think? What do y'all
they
think? What do
they
y'all
deserve
think
whatever
about
they
these?
get. I don't feel bad for them.
What do y'all think
You
about
shouldn't be out
these?
here playing with folks like that.
Okay, what
Yeah,
about
OnlyFans that's full of trannies
You
too.
see, you gotta click in it.
And she look nice, don't
But
you?
what
Yeah,
I'm trying
it's
to
in
tell you
today's day and
is,
age, and some of them, their pictures
y'all have assumed.
will be
I've listened
prettier
to
than
y'all.
natural women.
I've
Well, yeah, I mean,
assumed.
if you're into it, I mean, that's what you're into. But
Assuming.
Assume what?
Or their
Assuming.
pictures may be
You
from
heard
10
me
years
sit there
ago.
and say. You heard me sit there and say, at some point in time, accidents may happen. You gotta look at the man's DNA.
Accidents don't just happen. Accidents don't have to happen in the bedroom. They don't just happen. Like
They don't
no
just happen.
woman, no woman,
Nah, they happen for women because they're special.
right? No woman just goes straight to fucking anal in sex. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
what I'm saying is,
that's a huge red flag if ever there is one. Fellas, if y'all that stupid, then God needs to just strike you right now. Like
okay,
anyone
that
that
goes
says
down
I don't want to have
no,
front door sex, I'm
Joe,
going straight to my booty hole. That y'all already know. No,
but
Joe,
BMT, if it's a
too many men. I've heard too many men say.
if it's a
I've
woman,
heard too many men say that if you're a woman, it's not. You should never consider a man that wants to fuck up your ass as gay. That
what?
is that.
now, counselor.
It's
What?
Hold on.
for
This
a
coming.
woman to
I don't
have.
know about you, counselor.
I
This
don't know,
coming
but
from
yeah,
you.
man. So yeah, are you drinking right now?
Yeah.
No.
Where'd you get
No,
your degree at,
what I'm
counselor?
saying is, I've had
Where'd you get your?
men say
I don't.
without biting their tongues
Uh-huh.
that fucking a woman up the ass is not gay at all.
Okay, you think it's gay, counselor?
It's normal. Huh?
You think it's gay?
I would sit up there and say it's on the range of bi.
Okay. And you're a lawyer.
Range of bi. I've had to defend women.
I got you.
I've had to defend.
Anal sex with a woman is not gay. That's just little thing.
But that's coming from the counselor. This is the one that's our leader.
Look, let me say what let me tell y'all what I say about this. For me, anything. Hold on, let me say this. Hold on a second. Let me say this. Anything that a man does with a woman is not gay. For me, anything that a man does with a woman, she's born a woman. We're not playing no games. But anything a man does with a woman is not gay.
So what if a man makes a woman stick something up his ass?
Yeah, that's
the sodomy statutes.
I wouldn't consider him gay. It's a sexual act that he's into. I wouldn't consider him gay for that. I wouldn't consider him gay for that though.
I just wanted to ask. That's all.
Sodomy statutes that Mike Tyson went to jail for apply across the board. There's some actions by men, whether they involve women, are considered sodomy. So if you're a sodomite, you have been convicted of sodomy. You're no different than a gay man that got convicted of sodomy. So at the end of the day, if a woman,
that's like saying if you're a drunk driver. No. That's like saying if you're a drunk driver and a gay man gets convicted of drunk driving, y'all both got convicted of drunk driving. That's the law. But if you're a man and you know you've never messed with another man, then you're not gay. Gay means a man doing something with another man.
Yeah, counselor. Women. There are women who.
That's like saying that a gay guy gave head, so a woman gave you head. Hold on, a gay guy and a straight guy can both get head though. A gay guy can give another guy head, and a straight guy can get head from a woman. They both got head, except one got head from a woman, the other one got head from a man. But they're not the same.
Actually says that if a man pretends to be you know the statutes do
You
say
been drinking,
if a
counselor?
man
I'm trying to figure that.
forces if a man forces another man to allow him to suck his dick, that is actually considered sodomy.
That's rape. That's rape. That is rape. That is rape.
Force.
That's force. Force. Listen to the words. Force.
Coercion or force. Trickery, coercion, or force. That if a
Counselor.
tranny or a gay man.
Trickery. Exactly. That's that trans stuff. That's the trickery. That trans stuff is trickery.
Why are you hooked on trannies so much? What's up with you and trannies tonight?
That tranny, she just said trickery.
Oh,
That's where the
no,
tranny thing would come in.
No,
If
no.
the tranny
Every
tricks a
time we get-
man
every time
into
we get around
thinking that
tranny
she's a
talk,
woman,
we stop
that's trickery.
here. No tranny talk. No more tranny talk. No.
Okay,
If
forget
they-
the tranny
no
talk, but there is not a statute that sits up there and says that if a woman whips out a man's dick and puts it in her mouth, that's rape.
Did she get the man permission? She get the man permission.
Okay. Well, no. Okay, there might not be because it happens to men. But I'm telling you, what's happening is is going under the radar. Is a lot like that. What that video we saw, those guys, those young boys, are being done like that by these aggressive women who are supposedly their girlfriend, or maybe they're not, but they're forcing those guys to go through that. So there's nothing on the books that says, "Hey, that's quote unquote, forced sex," but that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean the thing about it is this: what people do for their pinky fetish behind closed doors, that's on you. That's your because you agreed to eat out of that bucket of spaghetti. That's what we'll call it, the JI bucket of spaghetti. If he serves there and that's what you want, that's what you agreeing to that contract. That boy, he don't mind. He don't mind his woman choking him out. But mind you, he ain't saying I'm gonna leave.
Yo, you 5 days behind and 2 days short. That women have been they have been sitting up there getting men to ejaculate in their mouths where there's no spermicide.
That ain't how that too
selling. Joe, shut the fuck up. Women have been having men ejaculating in their mouth and selling this wine.
Let me help that drunk bitch out because you got me all fucked up. I know that dumb bitch done lost her mind, but she'll come back to reality.
We'll see you, counselor.
Don't worry, counselor just been getting evicted out of my fucking court.
You just gave a court recess, huh?
Yeah, I gave her a recess. That bitch done lost her fucking mind.
You got to hold into contempt in a minute.
She must I got me fucked up, man. Hey, you don't out talk the host of the channel. You don't ever out talk him.
Platinum, you a fool, bro.
I'm about to say she done lost her fucking mind with that shit. Nah, I don't listen. No, you ain't gonna disrespect me on my shit. Bitch, you gonna ride, son. Bitch, you gonna
could have put it in the waiting room. Next. Put it in the waiting room next time.
She is in the waiting room. She right down there.
Okay. Okay, you still on the stream, just in the waiting room?
Yeah, she in the street. Now, the thing about it. Now, so hang on. So Platt. Some of these guys, we call this the JI bucket of spaghetti, where he knowingly is agreeing to this level of femininity. He don't mind being choked out, and he probably getting fucked by her, and he don't mind it. He don't mind it, and I think there's men like that out there. They are fine so long as they get.
She's way more aggressive than he is, and that's how these young women are. Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Now see, let him go fuck the girl down the street. He's gonna be abused by her. She's gonna be like, that ain't gonna happen, Because that's ownership. That's ownership.
She gonna beat on him if she find out.
That's that morbid Respucia relationship where Respucia was whipping up on him.
Ooh, Hey, you too close to your
What
mic.
happened up in Norbert? The speaker was getting in his ass when he got out of line.
Jay, you too close to your mic. You muffled.
Oh, I said that's that Norbert and Respucia relationship.
Right. Now,
Is it better now?
why are men agreeing to that type of level of abuse or that type of level of femininity? They don't got no standard? I mean, or should that man just be happy that, hey, this is the bucket of spaghetti I'm serving. This is what I'm fine with having.
Hey, just for those guys, man, I know a guy personally who went
They're
through that.
okay
For those,
with it because all the standards have gone out.
Mm-hmm. No, so you said they're okay with the standards going out?
no, those guys.
Yeah, I said all the standards have gone out the window. So now they got men taking female positions and you got women taking man positions. Because when there's a void, when they've tricked men into thinking that masculinity is toxic, so you got men not wanting to step up and be men, somebody's going to fill the void in that relationship. So she stepped right on into that lane and she getting all beside herself, choke slamming him in stores and public. And now this young man is going to have to live with that the rest of his life. He's going to get clowned about that. He's going to get ridiculed. He's going to get made fun of the rest of his life. And nobody's going to care that he was abused. And now had it been reversed and he had choke slammed her like that, there'd be outrage and people with pitchforks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I saw that when I was in school, there was always one or two women who were just very, very aggressive with the guys. And you wondered, like, what the fuck? But they would really take it there. I'm saying they were the one who would attack him when he didn't want to fuck with them no more. They were the one, not the car. They would come in and have a fist fight. You know what I'm saying? That was an outlier, you know. But now that's become mainstream now with these guys. Now these young guys with the video games, she'll knock on the door. Hey, I want to go play video games with your son, and she's back there sucking him off and sucking him off and sucking him off. And he's like, hey, look, I don't want to do it no more. What you talking about? Come on, you must be, put that G word on him. Come on, he's hurting now, sucking him off and beating him up, and you my boyfriend, and beating him up and sucking him off. It's totally. I mean, like, he's a guy, so guys look at that and say, hey, yeah, but that's abuse.
Now, when these women get pregnant, from J.I.'s bucket of spaghetti, they make these type of babies. Now, that's most likely She-Hulk baby, and they make these type of babies where the baby is all violent and shit and beating on. I feel there's a place of help.
They learn that in the house.
They learn that now. You see this type of child.
Look, let me say this: if that little boy isn't caught early, if they don't catch that little boy soon, that boy is gonna be whooping. He gonna be bus driver uppercutting bitches by the time he hit middle school. If they don't check that.
But that's the thing, they want that though.
Or he'll run into he'll run into the wrong kid.
No, they want that. They want them like their own women.
All you men sit up there and talk about.
You're wrong for that.
You got to bust a nut. And whatever happens after you bust a nut, is all fun and games. But at the end of the day, that's your child. Your child is going to have to go on a date one day with a mother fricker. And I don't care if it's a male or female that said they should be glad. They should not be disrespectful that we gave them the minimum. And I'm sitting up there saying, what if the witch sits up there and gets your cum in her mouth and sells it? Because there are a lot of cases where we're dealing with men that are saying, I don't know who this woman is. You stupid mofo. You went off
men need
the
financial
grid.
abortion. That's
No,
why men need financial abortion.
A man cannot force a woman into an abortion. It don't happen. It ain't gonna happen. At the end of the day, guess what?
I didn't
You
say that. I said
nugget.
that's why men deserve financial abortion. So their sperm cannot be stolen. That's why men deserve financial abortion.
Now
And how
going
you
down
gonna
here,
prove that his sperm got aborted or sold? His sperm got sold. How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove that his sperm got sold?
They go that snow for you, Platt.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, them some snows
Unless you
there.
got a private,
this the
a
flat
private
hour now.
PI.
Flat
That
hour.
ain't mine. No, no, I ain't got no. That ain't me. They ain't got no ass, bro. I don't like when they have they have a back and then legs. I don't like that.
This one right here, flat. This one right
They
here.
look like two raw chicken cutlets and jean shorts.
Now this
Yeah,
one right here, flat. I don't want this one. You can have this.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
want
one.
neither one of them.
JR, what do you think? The JR bucket of spaghetti?
They fucking though. They some easy pussy there.
See? Y'all say white girls don't do it. They do.
Yeah, yeah, they gonna get tossed.
They gonna do it too. That's what we're gonna call it now, the JI bucket of spaghetti. Now,
Oh man.
some of these women don't
Oh
mind
man.
getting abusive. And if you want to deal with that, that's fine. Like I said, but y'all better have a standard. Just like these men, if y'all gonna be dealing with these type of women, hey, you know what you're getting into. You better have some type of damn logic. I'm not. No, man. I'm just not. I'm just not going down that road. For a lot of y'all, y'all gonna need help, man. Y'all gonna need some help, especially dealing with these type of women these day and age. Shit, I have my times where I be looking at these chicas walking the goddamn strip in the street, and I be telling myself, "Nah, man, like from backs to the streets from whence you came." I be hearing the shit how they be acting. They be on some shit. They don't got no chill. Oh,
Let me
counselor, you
can I say
okay?
this?
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. When it comes to levels, let's all agree that everybody has their own level that they're comfortable with. Some people live a lifestyle that takes millions of dollars to live. Some people less than that, and it's everything in between. Some people live under bridges and everything in between. So just find somebody that's on your level, because like I said, that picture, that dinner, that's fine. It's a woman that's fine for, and she's gonna appreciate the fact that he cooked and provided and blah blah blah, and she can appreciate that. There's some Southern people that you can just appreciate it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are telling me, Michelle, when you were talking about the romance, if a woman wants romance, it's men out here that will do that. All they have to do is go be with those men. But a lot of times, the men that are willing to do that romance, Michelle, you know it's the truth. They don't want that man. They're not interested because just like you said when I asked you the example, the dude that BMT pulled up that was shirtless that you was laughing at, calling him ugly, that be the dude that want to romance you. And the Michael B. Jordan example, shout out to Platt. When I gave you that, you said you'd rather deal with the Michael B. Jordan type that's gonna be cheating than deal with that nice guy that's gonna be romantic. So women don't really want romance. That's just what it is.
No, the difference I said was that as far as my daughters are concerned, the brother, you know, we are trying to X out men
You think about
because
that
at the
plan?
end of the day, there's only one man that should be their life partner. It should be the father of my grandchildren. So if that's all he can provide for the first date, he's not he's not father of my grandchildren material. That fat motherfucker that you saw, he's not DNA material of my grandchildren.
Why not?
But my husband, as much as I hate his ass, he would sit up there after experience and seeing that his sister and his cousin have gone through the sorry ass motherfuckers as fathers of their kids. They gave them lousy DNA, they gave them lousy financial support. He wants the best financial and DNA support for his daughters, and his sisters and cousin are now too old. But at the end of the day,
Like that, J.I.?
he got nieces now. He got nieces
I don't
now
want
that
that
are
dude.
coming into the DNA cesspool. That it comes down to what he wanted for himself was some easy pussy. Now he has to realize that my husband
Should get
has five
$40 though.
daughters. He has $5. And although they can
Yeah.
pay all
Papa
their
was a
bills,
rolling stone.
excuse me, yeah, he has 5 daughters. The oldest two, he has to finally realize that his oldest daughter was, oh, my mama was a hoe. You call my mama a hoe. I'm not going to be like my mama. I'm going to pay for all the dates that my mama didn't pay for. And now the nigga beating my ass. He had to man up and say, okay, this is my daughter. Yeah, fucking with. This is my stepdaughter he was dealing with. And he said, I don't understand why daughter, my oldest daughter, is allowing a man to just fuck her like this and fuck over her. I said, because you wouldn't pay $75 a month in child support to her mama. That's what you did to your
Hold on,
daughter.
Michelle. To be fair, that has nothing to do with what I said. I don't
Yes,
know what you
it
got
has
off into.
everything to do,
But what I
excuse me,
said
it
was
has
you were talking
everything to
about
do with
romance.
standards.
There are men that will do it. But I'm saying the men that
Men
will
that would
do
do
it, they
what?
look like the guy that you didn't choose.
Men that would do what? That his
The romance,
daughter,
you said what happened to romance? I
excuse
said
me,
there are
I
guys
said
out here
that
that will do
what
the
he taught,
romance.
I said what he taught his daughter by the way he dealt with his mama, her mama, is what she expected from a man. And that the fact that he would not even pay her mama $75 a month in child support demeaned her to the point that she was like, well, at least he's trying. My daddy didn't even try to pay $75 a month. But at least this man is putting out some fried chicken on mail. He's doing more than my daddy did. He's at least trying. My daddy didn't even do that for me.
What
And
does that
her,
have to do with picking a cheating Michael B. Jordan over a faithful, fat, ugly guy? What does that have to do with that?
because her daddy decided that having her with a man that was faithful but was requiring her to be submissive before they were married called him into his manhood. And he went there and brought his daughter back home because at the end of the day, a man was not going to prostitute his daughter out and make her pay the bill while he
But
was
now,
going to be an asshole.
now
But
that woman right there, she out there twerking and dancing. Now, J.I.J. Plat, what do y'all think of?
Yeah, I ain't seen no twerking. I'll let you know when she starts. Let me see.
Hang on, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I like a little bit more meat on mine.
But I'm just
Yeah,
She
saying,
gonna get $40, BMT. Don't worry about
I
that.
had
She
to
gonna
sit
get
up there
$40.
for my
that's a little.
stepdaughter. I had to sit up there for my stepdaughter
The
and
blonde
say,
hair don't do it for
yo,
me.
Yeah, I don't like
yo,
a
you sit up
featherless
there
chicken.
and say,
I don't like
this
them
is
like that.
fine for this is fine. You think that a woman is okay with what this shit is that fine for your daughter?
Bam,
yes,
T,
He
you.
had to sit up
she
there and
fine with
say,
doing what she doing right
it's
now.
not
She fine
fine
with
for my
that.
daughter. He did not
But
want his daughter to be treated by men like he had treated other women.
hold
He,
on, but look at
my husband,
this woman right here. What about this woman right here? She right there twerking for any random man, getting that bowl of spaghetti and doggone that $20. You know,
That 2 for
she fine.
20 Applebee's special.
She get out. She fine with that. She fine with that. The two
She
for
not
20.
getting no 2 for 20. She getting a 40 on the back. 2 for 20, you got to be seen with her.
Maybe a
We
4
not
for
being
4.
seen with her. She just getting
Yeah,
a
you would take
$40.
you would take her, J.I. You would take her. Stop.
No,
No, not her.
I'm not about to be seen. I told you she'd get $40 out of me now. But I'm not gonna be seen with her.
But do you think you
JR
would
give her a
change your
lumpy
argument
one.
if her father was in the picture? If her father manned up to you and said, "Man, you're not gonna treat my daughter like that," what would you do?
But what is she out there doing? What is she out there in
I'm not meeting nobody. Any woman that I'm giving $40, I'm not meeting her father.
You
Yeah,
just
that's true.
said it right there and then. That you assume that, again, it comes down to lack of fathers in the home. That Joe's daughter is not going to be, Joe is not going to allow
Why
his
y'all put me?
daughter to be subjected to that type of meal. Joe is not going to allow his daughter to be subjected to that meal. I'm not going to allow my daughter to be subjected to the meal.
But
My
if
husband
she
is
said,
not
"Daddy,"
going to allow
said,
his
"Mama, I
daughter
love
to be
you,"
subjected to that meal.
but Michelle, if your daughter tells you, "Mama, I love him," get over it. What you gonna say? Your daughter's a grown man, and they say, "Mama, I'm staying here. I'm gonna eat this bowl of spaghetti and sleep with this man."
No,
Guess what?
what they gonna
My
say is
daughter,
JR ain't no good, but them dudes, like, she gonna be like, look, I know this ain't what you whatever, but the nice guys you told me about, they ain't laying it down. They ain't leaving my imprint in that mattress. They ain't beating my back out right. That's what ends up happening
They
with these
corny,
girls, and
mama.
they will say it. They not laying it down right. These dudes that ain't, up to par or whatever are beating their back out. And that's why you said, when I asked you, all things being equal, both providing financial whatever, put up with the man that's cheating that look like Michael B. Jordan or that fat ugly guy, you pick Michael B. Jordan. That's what it is. That's real.
Yeah, you did choose.
okay, mama, daddy, mama, daddy, you need to exert your, guess what? Mama, and I said exactly what I meant.
Anybody hear her?
Nah, she just muted herself.
Oh, mute herself.
But it goes to prove the point, because when she picked the Michael B. Jordan guy, that goes to show that no matter what, that all that being nice, all that romance, that's not what women want. That's why you can be the cheating guy and they'll still pick you over the good guy if you're more attractive. That's what it goes down to. So dudes know that in 2020, it's no more. Ooh,
Oh, you wanted to see that one?
It's just that women
yeah,
can't be
but
honest about that aspect.
it looked like he
Now,
popped her.
now this one
Is that
right
a woman?
here. This one right here. This is this one girl. You're talking about protection. She's talking trash to these females. You see, these little hood rats, and her boyfriend is protecting her. Protecting her. And
Who's his boyfriend?
that's the boyfriend right there. See, girl
Who's his
hiding behind,
girlfriend though?
huh? She's right behind
Which
him.
one is his girlfriend?
She's right
She
behind him. She's
behind
right
him.
there.
Okay.
And see the girls right there. The two, the hyenas are circling around him. Get him. They circling. So they trying to make position to fight. To fight. Now these packs
The
of
male
animals.
tries to protect her.
The male tries to protect the male. The male is trying to
In a
protect them for the
defensive
other wild
position.
dogs. No, see,
She strikes.
they fast. They
Oh, so
get
she went
Wounding.
around him to hit her. Okay. I
right.
thought she
So
hit him. I
no,
thought
no,
she hit him.
The weaker
Okay.
they're
players
trying
now
to they're
win.
trying to get around. They're trying to get around.
Okay.
Now, does your subject of protecting stop these types of animals between y'all
Yes.
three?
Yes. If my girl's with me and for whatever reason we was at a bus station or whatever, and some girls are trying to catch her, I let her know, look, this ain't what you want because I'm fighting for her. That's what it is.
You can't put your hands on these wild dogs.
I ain't gonna put my hands on them. I'm gonna kick them a couple bitches, but that's it.
No, they catching hands. I'm
I'ma
telling
drop
them, look,
the
y'all are
shit out
men
of
in my eyes and will be treated accordingly. They catching hands. We're gonna be out there.
Yeah, that She-Hulk female show up. They're boxed
Hey,
up. The alpha pack leader.
hey, when the alpha comes,
Alpha pack leader comes. You might fight. Nigga. You have to fight. You better not hold back your punches, nigga. Oh, this.
so we go we gonna hope the bus done came by then.
I'm just saying even the bus has sped up and looking at them fight the damn
Oh yeah, in the
wild
rear
dog.
view.
To see the dog, the dogs. When the bus on it, the bus sped up. The bus didn't want no
Yeah,
smoke.
but I wouldn't let my woman fight. No, my woman's not about to be in these streets fighting. No. Now I'm gonna direct my woman away from the fight, like what he's doing. But when they see that he's being a barrier, so they see that she's not a threat. She's not even saying anything. So I'm gonna tell my woman gonna be like her, being quiet, standing behind me, her protector. And as soon as she come over there, they gonna catch it. I'm gonna piece them up real quick. That's just gonna be what it is.
Flat, get your sugar bunnies out the street, man. They out there fighting, attacking everybody. The sugar bunnies.
And look, she trying to grab them and pull them away and stuff. No, they about to catch it. They know what they doing.
These wild dogs know how to circle around the prey now.
Look at her. She squared up like a nigga.
They know how to
look at the precision.
It's like a fox in a chicken house.
People, man. We know how to circle around the prey to get some.
She must have did good in geometry because she had the angle perfect.
This is like sharks, you know.
They know how to circle around the prey. Girl, you better stay there.
Yeah, they niggas. They want to fight
like men, and I would treat them like men because that's not no ladylike behavior. Ladies don't do that. Those are men.
No, those are females. That's how
it's always the ugliest one too out of the group, like the most unattractive one. Like that one, the one that's coming in, that's like the worst looking one, worst
and
body.
the one with the sides hanging out of her stomach.
Yeah.
That's a class level 2 saying right there. That's a level 2 saying.
That's an elite.
Got her tail tucked in the pants.
Hey, what if she caught him at night and what if she caught him on a full moon, man? It would have been okay.
The moon come out, she'd be on top of the bus.
She's bald too.
She done turned Ozark.
Have you ever had sex with those type though? It's not like even sex.
The full moon stain is right here. That's the full moon Ozaru. That's a full moon Ozaru right there, choking that nigga out.
Nah, bitches like that though.
Did she really flip that nigga?
Hood rat bitches like that. Hood rat bitches like that you can fuck with them. They walk around topless.
Oh, she slammed him so hard.
You could do
anything. She slammed him like a CO.
That's a damn. She got some penis at home.
The way she did it, you know that's not the first time. That's
her manslave right there, man. She on my beat.
That's not the first time this has occurred. Because look at how he even reacts to it. He just got up like, yep, this is what happened.
I can't imagine what she did when he did on TV.
J.I. Platt.
No. All I would do, if I was a bystander, all I would do is say, bruh, are you just about to let that slide? This is what you do? Yeah.
I would say, bruh, if you don't
that's all I would just ask him, like, bruh, what she has your phone, you can't get it back?
You gonna hit that nigga back.
Hey, Jay, you gonna
like kick her in her dick.
Yeah, you gonna put the middle spin in his phone?
I tell that nigga to kick her straight in the dick.
Oh man,
I don't understand it. I don't understand. You shouldn't be with no woman that can physically dominate you.
At least he got a pussy. At least he got a pussy at home that take care of him. Maybe you want him to say, hey, like I said. These wild dogs are getting ferocious now. Now, whatever they so choose to do, that's on them. But these girls are getting smarter and smarter on their digital. That's why I said femininity is gone. Femininity is about gone, y'all. Y'all better get ready. I'm going to show back. Counselor is back in court. Counselor.
All I'm saying is, gentlemen, Gentlemen, let me ask you this question. I hear you're talking about yourselves. Y'all wouldn't put up with that shit. But if your mama handle a man like that, what would you have to say about your mama or your daughter or
I
your
would
If my
sister
mom
actually,
did
even?
I
what?
wouldn't let my mom do
If my
that.
mom did what?
If your mama had to handle a man like that, would you give her props for handling him like that?
Well, my mom wouldn't
No.
be
No,
in that
Or your
that
situation,
is
sister?
but
that. You shouldn't be in no situation where you have to be like that. That's number
yeah,
one.
Listen,
So that's
listen.
exactly.
that's just out of bounds.
I'm gonna tell. Listen, I give my mom one get out of free jail card. I said, listen, that dude ain't shit. You have, you better, you keep on bringing him back to your house. Better pray that that white man get to him. I'm not coming. You only get one time. Get one time. I'm not losing my freedom because you're fucking. Fuck that.
Thank you.
You're not. No.
Bingo.
You. I may listen. My life is not old. I hate me. I'll be finding that mama shit. No. And don't worry. I got a story. Don't worry. I got a content I got to do tomorrow. Some of these women. That's why some of these boys are used to watching a man beat a woman. They watch their mama get beat by a man in the house, and she's still keeping that man better in his mind. Oh, so this is what women like, but mama liked it. So shit. And mama's fine with it, and that makes her happy because she ain't happy with my daddy, and she happy being around me. So fuck it. So naturally, if that and these men adopt that. Just like I showed you that little boy. I showed you that little boy getting beat by that doggone woman. She and you see that woman try to protect herself. You see that woman try to try to stop it. Nope. Why? Because she used to that type of abuse. She used to that type of abuse. So y'all gotta be mindful that some of these women don't mind getting abused, man.
Some of them crave it.
But you also
And just
notice a
like
lot of
that
men.
example, hold on, just
Again,
like that example,
I
a lot of
said
women will pick
that
abusive men if they look a certain way or if they have a little money. And they will deal with that over picking a genuinely good guy that may not look as good, but it may not have as much financially. They will pick that guy and
I
stay with.
said
I don't feel bad for him.
I said one more time that the black male, more than any other male, is not used to seeing his mother get romance. And he thinks that his daughter, his sister, uh, everything is not, laws used to be built on how I want my mother treated, how I wanted my sister treated, how I want my daughter treated. A, B, and C. That no man is going to treat my mother, my daughter, or sister a certain way. Now you brothers are going, excuse me. Now you brothers are going, I wouldn't put up with that bullshit. And I'm sitting there going, um, my brother, if you sit up there and said that you would allow your daughter to go out on a date because that's the best he could do. My daughter should be grateful for the food he put on his table. Motherfucker, stop lying to yourself. Because if you want to sit there and say, if my daughter went on a date with a man that put food out on paper, it's because I did that for her. And she should accept that man and be submissive right away because she was as sorry as my ass was.
Now,
No,
now,
that's not
now,
the way
question,
men
Michelle.
think.
So you
Now,
a
That
question,
is not
matchmaker?
the
Michelle.
way men think.
But hold on, Michelle.
And
But you just said that you were fine. You were fine with accepting your daughter, accepting the standard of getting beat on for
no, I
making a
said
baby.
cheated on, cheated
Yeah, I
on.
said cheated. Yeah, I said
So
cheated.
you
I
said
said cheated. I
so
said cheated.
you're fine with your daughter accepting a man cheating on her, and you're like,
If
so long
he
as you
has
get
enough
granted.
money. Notice what I said. I said if my daughter was in the category of a Michael Jordan, because I could deal with that. I knew how to deal with that. I didn't say that at the end of the day, I'm a lawyer. Can I deal with a man that cheats on my daughter? Yes. Fried green tomato. Perfect example. This is how you deal with a man that cheats on
Lawyer.
your daughter. But a man that is not providing the means for my daughter, that's a different scenario.
No. I told you they were both financially the same, except one looked like that ugly guy, and the other one looked like Michael B. Jordan and is cheating on her.
And I
And you
said,
picked the Michael B. Jordan.
I cannot change DNA. I cannot change DNA because
And there
my
you go.
grandchildren are going to inherit his DNA, and they're going to be
Right.
fat and funky like he is.
Can
But
I share the screen,
change.
BMT? Can I share the screen?
Excuse me. I said I can't change the
Can I
fact
share?
that
I can. Can you see that?
I can change the fact that my daughter's husband is cheating on her. I can change that.
Don't talk about it.
That's simple. I can change the fact that it is simpler to change the fact that my daughter's husband cheated on her. That's simple to change.
That
Can you
guy
see
can't
that?
hit the gym. What? How is that easier to change? How would you change? How you stop a man from cheating that wants to cheat? How do you do that?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay.
You know,
How do you stop a man that wants to cheat, Michelle?
It locked up.
I had a ex-boyfriend whose father was a lawyer, and his grandparents, who were of people of modest means, decided, you know something, we have decided that you've cheated on our daughter the last time. And his grandfather put a gun to the man's mouth
You do know that's
in
illegal.
a very decisive mood. A very decisive mood. He put a gun to the man's mouth. And he also taught his grandsons that if you see your father cheating on your mother again, you must keep up the family honor and protect your mother. So
Wait. So you're telling me, hang on. You're telling me that
Sound like a Denzel movie.
you're telling me that the daughter's father told her son, if you find out that your daddy's cheating, to shoot him.
not necessarily shoot him, but hold him accountable. At the end of the day, the grandfather had put a gun to the father's mouth, in his mouth.
I would be like, you do know I got your ass. Like, I'm gonna own everything you got. Like, you just threatened my life.
Yes, the grandfather protected his daughter's reputation. Put a gun.
Pause. Now hold on. Pause. Now hold on. Now, was the daughter married to that man?
Yes.
That's not. No. And they have kids, right?
Yes. My boyfriend.
That's not. That's he was out of line. Daddy was out of line. Daddy was out of line.
No, Granddaddy said that once.
Granddaddy overstepped.
Granddaddy sat up there and said, "Look, I found out that my son-in-law cheated on my daughter,
right,
and it was hurting my grandsons and my granddaughter, and he took action."
So if the son, the younger man, had snatched that gun and beat him to death, that would have been he have been wrong.
But at the end of the day, it was done in front of the grandsons. The granddaddy. Excuse me.
So that's traumatizing children.
Right. You don't think that don't make that man? Hold on.
Was it 38?
Excuse me. A man
put a gun to your head in front of your children. You're not gonna see about that man?
Well, guess what? He had to decide in front of his own children, his own sons, who did readily defend their grandfather. I mean, when I sit up there and say that my ex-boyfriend, my ex-fiance, had the epitome of, when do you beat your granddaddy? Or when do you beat your granddaddy or your father? One granddaddy raped their cousin and they beat the granddaddy's ass. The other granddaddy put a gun to their daddy's head in front of them. And they were like, you know something? I can't be mad at him. He fucked over his daughter. He fucked over our mama. So we're gonna stand with
But
the
as
man that's
soon as
right.
he put a gun to that man's head, now he's entered into a new realm.
That
And especially in front of that man's kids, I don't
listen,
know a man that's gonna
A
let that
gun
slide.
in
you
front
would
of
not be
his
alive.
son.
You would not be alive. You better
Okay,
never
let me explain this one more time. Let me
you're
explain
old.
this one more time so you can see what this man had to deal with. One
That's grounds
grand,
to kill somebody.
one granddaddy put a gun to the father's head for cheating on the mama. The
That
other
doesn't mean you
granddaddy
have the right
raped
to
his
We
murder.
heard
sister.
the story. We heard the
Excuse me.
story. You just
You
told
heard
us.
the
You're not
story.
hearing what I'm saying. One granddaddy
Said that.
raped their sister,
That's 3
and they
granddaddies now.
had two granddaddies. You know, most men have two granddaddies. They have one on their mama's side and one on their daddy's side. One granddaddy was accused of raping their cousin and their sister.
He
They
goes to jail.
beat down their granddaddy, beat him down.
That's still not going to stop him. He gonna still go back. He gonna still rape.
No. After he got beat down, and no, he was not going to disrespect any other woman in that family.
Did they turn him into the law?
No, just in that
Their
family.
whole
That
thing
doesn't mean
was,
he can go out there outside of the family and get no pussy.
Did they turn him into the law?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
These
So
stories
Street
are
justice.
getting dark.
So
These
he
I
just
didn't
stories
gonna
are
say
go
getting
that.
dark.
I
outside
didn't
the
say
family
that. I didn't
These
say that.
stories are getting dark. Look, listen. Let me bring us back to reality.
It
What
became
I'm
down
saying
to
is,
Oop,
the
there goes
reality
traffic.
was
hold on.
I
What I'm
dated a
saying is,
man
it
who
didn't
had to
change
deal
the
with
fact
the respect
that
for
you
his
picked
family
the
honor.
cheater. Listen, you keep taking these stories away from the point. You picked the cheater over the guy that's going to be good for her, even though they were both on financial equal ground, because you said that the
No, I didn't
cheater
say.
had
I
better
never said they were
genetics.
on financial equal ground. Ideally, I
I
want
said,
my daughter to be with a man that doesn't cheat. But if I have to choose between a man that is financially unable to take care of her
I said
versus
they're
a
both
man that would
financially
cheat on
even.
her,
And he pointed a gun to the man's head that you chose your daughter to be with. Plus, on top of
no,
that,
not
that's
my
like
daughter.
relational
I
entrapment.
said my boyfriend chose his grandfather, sticking up for his daughter over his father's desire to get pussy. My
Michelle,
boyfriend, my
let me
fiance at
ask
the
you
time,
this, because I think you
chose
done got twisted up.
no.
I think you done got twisted up,
How
Michelle.
did I get twisted
Would
Yeah,
up?
you
Tyler
pick?
Perry would eat this shit up.
Would
That
you
the
pick the
grandfather
Michael B.
says,
Jordan? Hold on. Let's leave the
grandfather,
grandfathers
excuse
alone.
me.
Let's leave the grandfathers alone. Hold on. Would you pick the Michael B. Jordan? Okay, that's cheating on your daughter. He's a cheater. He's a habitual cheater. That's what he does because he's got access like that. Or they're both financially the same. They're both financially even.
No,
Or
no,
would you
notice
pick the
what I
guy
said.
that
I
looks? Would
said
you pick the
if
ugly
they're
guy
both
that's a good
financially
man?
stable, ideally, I want my daughter to marry a man that is both financially Michael Jordan and non-cheating. But if I have a choice between my daughter marrying a man that will be faithful but don't got no money and a
No,
man
that
that
he
will
has money.
cheat that has
Okay, but if
money,
he has money,
I
they
told you
they
what I
both have the
said.
same money.
No, if they have the same money, I want her to be with a man that's faithful and doesn't cheat. Faithful and doesn't cheat. But when it comes down to if there's an inequality in money, if you don't got no money, you bet not damn cheat on my daughter, because I will find a crackhead for $50 to kill your ass.
But if he doesn't have money but has physical attraction,
Allegedly,
can he cheat?
Oh,
A broke ass nigga better not cheat on my daughter.
But what if he's physically attractive?
Again, a broke ass nigga better not cheat on my daughter.
But what if he's a
Why she
physically
get a broke
attractive
guy?
broke ass nigga?
Why do you think
Answer
a
the
man's
question.
money has to dictate his actions?
There's no such thing as a physically attractive man that is broke ass. Now,
What?
Really?
really, when it comes to my grandkids, you can sit up there and go, I'm the most attractive man in the world. You better use that attraction to get some money, because you're not the most attractive man in the world if you don't got no money. You better be a model, GQ or some shit. You better sit up there and say,
So can I ask you this?
More important to you than
So can I ask
character?
you this? There ain't no broke attractive niggas laying up
No.
right now with their girl paying all the bills.
Plenty of them.
Playing
Not
the
my daughters,
PS5.
not my daughters, not me, and not
I'm
my
just saying
daughters.
in general, there ain't none right now. Like that's not out there in the world right now.
Plenty
Not
of
for
them.
me or my daughters. For some dumbass bitches, there could be a nigga that, God damn it, I have a dick the size of 1 inch. I got 1 inch dick, and you
What's
just
wrong with that?
be so grateful that I got a 1 inch dick. I'm capable of
What's
a
wrong
dick.
with that?
You keep saying that
You
5 times.
And
purposely
Yeah, you
choose that
tripping,
1 inch
man.
dick argument. That's the scapegoat.
no, I'm sitting up there saying, you want to put the parameters. My daughters can sit up there and say, Mama, he only got a 1 inch dick and he don't got no job, but I love him. Bitch, you on your own. Bye. Go your way.
You disown
I'm
her?
happy for you, but no.
1
You
inch dick
disown her?
and no job. Why would your daughter be with a man?
That's what I'm saying. Why would she? Why would she?
That's a nice
That's the
scenario you
whole
set up.
deal.
That's a nice
My
scenario.
daughter's standards are higher than that. That at the end of the day, you got to have what she is destined to have in life.
Now,
So
Michelle, now question. How does she know he has a 1 inch dick?
You know, I'm gonna say it to you like this:
and how
that
long has she
I
been with
can
him?
tell a lot. I can, like I told my daughters, I said I went and worked out with one guy, and me and my line sister were going. He got a toe dick. He got a toe dick. Don't even go out with him. Don't even accept a date for him.
He got a
He
what?
got a he got a toe. His dick is the size of a toe. Uh, got a dick that's
What's
Ladies
it
and
called,
gentlemen,
Michelle?
thank you for joining us tonight. I'm
Michelle,
turning it
what's it
the
over.
called?
I am turning it
and
over
my
to Plat. For Plat show to
said
start up
that.
whenever he's ready.
Oh,
I
me?
You
can't.
know,
Nah, I wasn't
we
playing.
showed up
Oh yeah,
for
she
the
Plat,
one.
drunk though.
Plat,
Yeah,
take the counselor. Take the counselor to your courtroom.
yeah.
Counselor, yeah, you gonna hold, we gonna
All
hold you in contempt, counselor.
Take the counselor to your courtroom. Bailiff J.I. escort the counselor out.
Michelle, what's it called, Michelle? What do you have?
And I'm gonna send you her email. You can take the
What
counselor
is
with
it
you.
called?
If he doesn't drink
All
that much,
rise.
All
The
rise.
Honorable BMT presiding.
if
Thank
y'all
you.
don't
No. Michelle. Attorney Michelle.
understand,
Let her
y'all
speak her truth.
can tell a woman.
you done for the
If
night,
y'all can
counselor?
tell a woman breast size by the clothes she
You sound like you
tell a
horny too.
man's
Yes.
dick size.
You
Yeah.
sound horny, counselor.
Michelle.
Did she see the
Michelle.
toe print? You saw the toe imprint?
She talking about
Michelle.
toe dicks, and spreading cheeks.
All right, that's what we done. We done. Let me allow my
I ain't
attorney to
never heard
retire.
that in my life.
I'm gonna allow my attorney to retire from recess. Court
Hold
is
on, I never
adjourned.
heard that in my life.
Court is adjourned. Next session will be Platinum Elite's Court. Bailiff J.I. will be seeing y'all. J.
Oh my
Rich
god.
TV.
Okay, you done? Okay.
Yes,
All
I'm
right,
done.
bro. Take care,
All right.
BMT. Shout out, JI. JTV.